Welcome to Chinese Novel Audiobook. Chapter 61. On the second day, Lin Beifan and the little princess came to the post house early. To Lin Beifan's surprise, Prince Hama and the others smiled happily when they saw Lin Beifan, and they didn't look angry at all. Prince Hama, and friends, how was your game yesterday? Are you satisfied? Lin Beifan asked with a smile. Lord Tolin's blessing, we ate and drank well yesterday and had a great time. We are very grateful for the hospitality of Lord Lin, I really appreciate it. Prince Hama smiled like a spring breeze. Yeah, thank you Lord Lin for taking care of you this day. It makes me feel like I'm back at home. To use Dao's idiom to describe it is, feel at home. Haha. Thank you so much, Mr. Lin. The little princess who followed Lin Beifan was stunned. Lin Beifan treats you like this, but you still say he is nice. Are you masochistic? Lin Beifan smiled even brighter. Everyone is satisfied. Since everyone is satisfied with the arrangement of the official, how about we follow the itinerary of yesterday and go again? Breakfast and lunch will be settled at Liangji breakfast shop, and in the evening, we will go to Luoxia restaurant. Invite someone to play the suona and dance, and then call a few fat and old flower girls. No. No need, Linda is too polite. The envoys shook their heads one after another. Lord Lin, it's like this. Prince Hama said solemnly, thanks to your careful care yesterday, we are grateful, so we unanimously decided that we will entertain Lord Lin from today. Lin Beifan was stunned. Ah. How can this be done? You are all distinguished guests from afar, and I should be the one to entertain you. This is in line with etiquette. Lord Lin, don't be polite. Prince Hama raised his face. If you don't give us this chance, you won't give me Hama face, and no friends will have to do it in the future. The face of the prince must be given. Lin Beifan was flattered. If that's the case, then the lower officials are disrespectful. That's right. Haha. Prince Hama and the others laughed happily. The little princess is even more stunned. Lin Beifan has treated you like this, and you still invite him in return. Are you scumbags? With this puzzled question, the little princess followed. This time, it was Prince Hama and others who led the way. They took Lin Beifan to a luxurious tea house and said with a smile, Baijulo, a well-known tea house, I've heard about it when I was in Doro. Not only does the tea brewed here smell good and beautiful, but the breakfast inside is even better. It's a must. The little princess couldn't help but interjected, the breakfast here is really good. I often come here to eat. I especially like the sweet-scented osmanthus cake, crystal shrimp dumplings, dry steamed sumai, barbecued pork buns, and more. After speaking, he swallowed. They laughed and walked into the Baiju building. After being seated, Prince Hama handed the menu to Lin Beifan. Master Lin, please. Lin Beifan said politely, you are the guests, and you are invited, so you come. Lord Lin, don't be polite to me. The prince laughed. Since the prince's kindness is difficult to accept, then the official is welcome, and give me 2 servings of the dishes on the menu. Prince Hama twitched the corners of his mouth, you are really welcome. Little do you hear me? Give me 2 dishes from the menu. Yes, gentlemen. Afterwards, everyone drank fragrant tea and ate delicious breakfast while listening to the storytellers. After breakfast, we started a day of parade. This time it went in the other direction, and it was more lively. Prince Hama said with a smile as he walked, Lord Lin, just say what you see, don't be polite to this king. Lin Beifan was flattered. Prince Hama, what's so embarrassing? I've already made you feel guilty for making you spend money just now. If you make money again, it really hurts me. It's not right. It's not right. Prince Hama pretended to be displeased and said, Lord Lin, if you regard me as a friend, don't reject my kindness. Okay. Lin Beifan nodded in embarrassment. In less than a while, Lin Beifan settled on an inkstone. Seller, how much is this inkstone? It's not expensive, it's only 500 taels. It's really not expensive, your highness will pay. Prince Hama. Soon after, Lin Beifan took a fancy to a pair of treasure hairpins. Seller, how much is this treasure hairpin? The guest has good eyesight. It's made of pure gold, with 2 small agates inlaid on it. It's very beautiful. This treasure hairpin is unique in the capital. If you need it, I only charge 800 taels. Yes, your highness, pay for it. Prince Hama. That's it, less than half a day's effort. Lin Beifan has many treasures in his hands, but Prince Hama has lost thousands of taels. Chapter 62. In the hot summer, all the beauties all over the country wear miniskirts. The little princess couldn't stand it any longer. Lin Beifan, can you please stop this? They are guests after all, and you have emptied their wallets. Lin Beifan felt very innocent. Prince Hama said, if you like something, don't be polite to him, or you won't be friends. If you don't become friends, what should you do if it affects the peace talks between the two countries? Why don't you understand me? The little county master rolled his eyes in anger. Fucks work for the country, they are simply fake public welfare. Prince Hama has paid nearly tens of thousands of taels, so the meaning is enough. Lin Beifan is even more innocent. Yes. Isn't this amount of money a trivial matter for a corrupt official like me? Little princess. Humph. I can't tell you anything. If things go wrong, wait for you to be trained by the Queen Mother. At this time, Lin Beifan sent a pair of exquisite bracelets to the little princess. The little princess was stunned. What are you doing? Lin Beifan smiled and said, I found out just now that you are very interested in this bracelet, so I bought it through King Hama and gave it to you. Put it on and see. The heart of the little princess jumped up. Looking up at Lin Beifan's bright smile, his face turned slightly red. I didn't expect this guy. Pretty sweet. I just glanced at it, and he noticed it. Lin Beifan shook the bracelet. Do you want it? You don't want me to give it to Shishi. Want. The little county master grabbed the bracelet and put it on his hand happily. In this way, the little princess was bought. Before I knew it, I played late at night. Prince Hama said with a smile, Lord Lin, it's dinner time. This king has already decided on the best restaurant in the capital, and also prepared some entertainment programs. For example, invite a few girls over to add to the fun. Lin Beifan was refreshed. It's really hot in summer, and all the beautiful women all over the country wear miniskirts. Everyone was stunned. Ah. What do you mean? Lin Beifan laughed. It's exactly what I want. Ha ha. Everyone laughed tacitly. Only the little county master who followed behind secretly scolded a hooligan. The man did not have a good thing. Everyone went to the restaurant with great enthusiasm. By the way, which restaurant did you order? Beifan. Lin Beifan stopped. Lin, why don't you leave? Lin Beifan said embarrassedly, to tell you the truth, as Xiaoguan is a national child supervisor, he is an example for students, and it is not suitable to go to a brothel. Moreover, Xiaoguan once promised in front of His Majesty and Baiguan that he would never step into a brothel again, so. Ah, how is this good? The girls I invited are all inside. Everyone was stunned. It's easy. Lin Beifan smiled and said, let's book a serious restaurant and invite them over, can't we? Good idea, just do as Lord Lin said. Prince Hama said loudly. Not long after, everyone sat in a luxurious restaurant, drank the best wine while eating delicious food, and enjoyed the performance of the girl from Beifan. Moreover, there are young and beautiful women around everyone to help pour the wine, not to mention how comfortable it is. However, there was an accident around Lin Beifan. Because, all the women who came to pour wine were blasted away by the little county master. Lin Beifan, you said that you are not close to women, so I will help you drive them away, don't thank me. The little princess was proud. Lord Lin, it's not that I don't help you, but that I can't help you either. Otherwise, you will offend the little princess. These beauties can only be enjoyed by us, please be patient. Ha ha. Everyone's laughter came over. Lin Beifan sighed deeply, looked at the little county lord and said resentfully, Little county lord, these days, has this official made you suffer a little bit of grievance? Why do you take revenge for your kindness? Under Lin Beifan's resentful gaze, the little princess felt a little sorry. Lin Beifan has really been nice to her these days. Take her to eat and drink and play, and give her gifts, which makes her feel very happy. Well, I'll pour you a drink, okay. Having said that, the little princess ran to Lin Beifan's side and sat down, pouring wine for Lin Beifan. And respectfully picked it up. Sir, please take it slow. This time, it was everyone's turn to be jealous. Among the women present, which woman is as beautiful as the little princess? Which woman's identity is comparable to that of the little princess? The little county owner actually poured wine for Lin Beifan himself. What a great enjoyment and honor. Looking at the woman next to her again, she suddenly felt vulgar. On the contrary, Lin Beifan's vanity is greatly satisfied. Although this girl, the little princess, often makes trouble for him, she really gives him face and is sensible when it matters. So, Lin Beifan picked up the wine poured by the little princess himself, and smiled at everyone present. Come on, I'll give you a toast. It was almost midnight when the little princess went back. Prince Hama also drank the dancers away. Only Lin Beifan and the envoys of the Doro kingdom were left at the scene. Chapter 63 No sugar-coated shells can an amp, number 039, beat me. Then, Prince Hama clapped his hands again. Immediately, an envoy took out a beautiful wooden box and pushed it in front of Lin Beifan. Opened to reveal gleaming gold and silver jewels. About 100,000 taels. Lin Beifan calmly poured himself a glass of wine. Prince Hama, what do you mean? Lin, it's like this. Prince Hama smiled politely. In 2 more days, Dao and Deluo will be negotiating. At present, a preliminary plan has been made, and the annual compensation of nearly 3 million gold jewelry and materials. However, the annual expenditure of 3 million, the burden on our Doro country is too great. Our Doro is just a small country with a population of just over 10 million, with limited territory and limited materials, and people's lives are very hard. The annual financial revenue is only 8 million, which is not enough. If you spend 3 million every year, yes, for our country, it is simply worse. If there is another natural disaster and man-made disaster, I can't imagine it. So, during the negotiation, I hope that Lord Lin can say a few good words for us, so that we can reduce the burden a little bit. I thank the thousands of people in Doro, Lord Lin. This is just a small greeting. After the event is completed, there will be a heavy gift. The other envoys all looked at Lin Beifan with a smirk, and spoke one after another. Yeah, Lord Lin, we Doro will ask you. We, the tens of thousands of people in Doro, point to you, my lord. After it's done, the benefits will come from you. Under everyone's attention, Lin Beifan closed the box lightly. Take it back, I won't accept it. Master Lin, you. Everyone was stunned. At this moment, Lin Beifan slapped the table and said angrily, do you think that this little money can buy me? Do you think that this little money will allow me to sell Dao's interests? Can I betray the empress? I tell you, it's impossible. Lin Beifan held his head high and stood up straight. Although this official is greedy, he is not a person without principles. This minister's loyalty to His Majesty can be learned from the sun and the moon, and his love for Dao is obvious. You asked me to betray your Majesty and Dao, it is to betray my conscience. How can a person without a conscience stand between heaven and earth? Everyone was stunned again. Prince Hama blurted out, you are such a big corrupt official, how can you actually teach principles? Lin Beifan got angry. Being a corrupt official is more important than principles. Otherwise, there will be no principles, so what's the difference with beasts? Doro and the others looked at each other in dismay, feeling very frustrated. I thought I had chosen a good target, but unexpectedly I chose the wrong person. Although the other party is a corrupt official, he is a principled corrupt official. All previous efforts were in vain. Prince Hama gave a wry smile and took up a glass of wine. Lord Lin, I was rude just now. I didn't expect Lord Lin to be such a loyal person. This king punishes himself for a glass of wine, how about pretending this didn't happen? Lin Beifan is still not very happy, it's good to know. Dao is the country I love, and your Majesty is the Lord I love. You actually asked me to sell them. You have to pay more. Prince Hama. Fuck. Doro envoy. Fuck. Everyone was shocked for the 3rd time. I thought the other party was a loyal person, but I didn't expect. Dogs can't stop eating shit. Prince Hama opened his mouth. Lord Lin, didn't you say that this money can't buy you? It's really not enough, so I asked you to add money. Doro envoy. Fuck. Prince Hama. Master Lin, didn't you say that you are a person with a conscience and will never betray Dao and the Empress? The reason why there is no betrayal is because the chips given are not enough. Doro envoy. Fuck. Prince Hama. Lord Lin, didn't you say you are a principled person? I do have principles, but money can betray my principles. Doro envoy. Fuck. Seeing Prince Hama's chattering, Lin Beifan became angry. I'll tell you plainly, there is no sugar-coated cannonball that can't beat me. The reason why I can't beat me is because I don't give enough. Do you understand? I understand, I understand. I understand very well. Everyone nodded. Everyone sat back at the table, but the atmosphere was completely different. Prince Hama clapped his hands, and someone gave a small box full of gold and silver jewelry. Lin Beifan glanced lightly, not enough. Prince Hama clapped his hands again, and someone sent a box of gold and silver jewelry. Lin Beifan still shook his head calmly, not enough. Prince Hama also sent a box of gold and silver jewelry. Not enough. Prince Hama couldn't sit still. Lord Lin, how much do you want? Lin Beifan sneered. Prince Hama, you're a layman. How much I want doesn't depend on how much I want, but how much you have. As much as you have, I want as much. Doro Envoy. Fuck. Chapter 64. Not to sell Dao, but to make this M1Y. Doro Envoy looked at the young man in shock. They've never seen someone so greedy. Outrageous greed. Greed to the wrath of people and gods. Prince Hama said in a deep voice, Lord Lin, it's not that we don't want to give more, but if we give it and you don't get things done, wouldn't our money be wasted? Lin Beifan drank his wine calmly. Prince Hama continued, so, let's give some greetings first. After the work is done, we will pay a certain amount according to the degree of completion of the work. Don't worry, we will never treat Mr. Lin badly. Yes, Mr. Lin, you should collect the money first. After the matter is done, we will give the corresponding thank you. We Doro will never treat you badly. Doro's envoys all spoke up. Lin Beifan nodded, that's fine. But we have to agree, otherwise, don't you give as much as you want. Let's do it, Prince Hama said solemnly. According to the current point of view, we Doro need to pay Dao 3 million taels of silver every year. We will use this as a boundary, and we will provide as many silver taels as we can to thank the adults. How? Lin Beifan asked back, what if I let all the tribute money be waived? Then I'll add another 500,000 to thank Lord Lin for your help. Prince Hama gritted his teeth. Okay, it's a deal, Lin Beifan said loudly. In this way, the negotiation of the matter is over, and everyone continues to happily exchange cups. After drinking, Lin Beifan went back with gold and silver jewelry worth 300,000 taels. As soon as the door was closed, a white shadow appeared in front of him. Lin Beifan was taken aback. It's you. This elusive appearance is really scary. The person in front of her is Bai Qingshan, known as Bai Guanyin, an unfathomable woman like a god. Bai Qingshan looked at him calmly. Are you going to collude with Doro's envoy to betray Dao's interests in negotiations? How do you know? Lin Beifan asked. When I passed by the Zawalo just now, I found that you and Doro envoys were drinking and having fun. When I was curious, I went to see it, and I would know it. Bai Qingshan said earnestly, although you are greedy for money for the sake of the people, there are some things you can't do. Yes, how can there be a home without a country? Don't worry, I never planned to betray Dao. Lin Beifan laughed. Her Majesty the Empress is so kind to me, even if I'm heartless, it's impossible for me to do such a thing. So, you are playing tricks on them, Bai Qingshan said. Lin Beifan shook his head. I didn't play with them, I'll earn their money too. Huh, Bai Qingshan was stunned. Not betraying Dao, but also earning Doro's money, this. How does it work? Although she is a martial arts master with unfathomable martial arts, she is a novice in politics. Let me sell it first, you'll find out later. Lin Beifan smiled inexplicably. Then, Bai Qingshan took away the gold and silver jewelry in Lin Beifan's hands and went back. And told the queen about it. When the empress heard this, she was also stunned. It won't harm the interests of Dao, but can make money from Doro. How can this be done? Isn't this Lin Beifan a fool? There is only so much money, the Dao dynasty wants to ask for a little more money, and the Deluo kingdom wants to pay a little less. This is simply a zero-sum game. The more you ask the other party, the less they will keep. There is no way to have both. The empress looked at Bai Qingshan. Bai Qingshan shook his head. I don't know, that's what he told me. As for the method, he sold it and didn't reveal it. I can't force it. This bastard, he's always dancing on a tightrope, which is worrying. Alright, let me take a good look at what the hell he's up to. The empress gritted her teeth. Then, Lin Beifan accompanied Doro envoys to play for 2 more days, and finally entered the negotiation stage. Representatives of the two sides fought rationally around the amount of compensation and refused to give in an inch. Even after 3 days of arguing, no results were reached. Lin Beifan, on the other hand, watched the audience with cold eyes, neither saying good things for Doro nor Daowu. Prince Hama was so anxious that he sent another gift overnight. Please rest assured, Your Highness, I have been taking this matter to heart, but the time has not yet come. Wait patiently, this official will give you a satisfactory answer. Then there is Lord Lauren. Finally, on the 5th day, the consultation results came out. The Deluo kingdom needs to compensate the Dao dynasty for 3.2 million silver or materials every year. This condition is harsher than the original one. In the Golden Palace, the Empress looked at the compensation clause and asked loudly, "I Qings, do you have any other opinions?" The ministers have no opinion. All the officials said in unison. At this time, Lin Beifan finally stood up. "Report to your Majesty, I have a different opinion." Chapter 65. The indemnity must be abolished, or the army will rise again. "Lin Iching, what's your opinion?" the Empress asked. Lin Beifan clasped his hands and said surprisingly, "Reporting to your Majesty, Wei Chen believes that this compensation is very inappropriate and should be abolished." As soon as these words came out, Manchow suddenly boiled. "Abolish the compensation? We finally negotiated the compensation, but you want us to abolish it? I don't want more than 3 million yuan every year. What's the reason?" "Lin Xie, did you accept the benefits of the envoys of the Deluo kingdom, so that's why you speak for them like this?" "Lin Xie, do you know what this means to you? You are betraying your Majesty, betraying my great martial arts. Are you worthy of your Majesty's love for you?" "Reporting to your Majesty, this minister wants to impeach Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division and CA of the Imperial Academy." Lin Beifan was very calm and faced the civil and military officials with cold eyes. The Empress, who had been prepared for a long time, was also very calm, quiet. "Let's hear what Lin Iching has to say." "Reporting to your Majesty, and the ministers, before we talk about this indemnity, let's take a look at the situation of Doro. Duoluo Kingdom was originally a small border country of Maidao, with a population of only over 10 million, limited resources, and extremely poor life. It will never be comparable to Maidao dynasty. It is reported that their annual treasury income can only reach 8 million. If there is a famine year, or some military disaster or man-made disaster, the treasury income will be greatly reduced. Before, they fought with me, and they were defeated, which made it worse. In such a bad situation, it is simply unbearable to spend 3.2 million taels every year. I think, your Majesty and all the ministers should already know about this." The Golden Palace gradually became quiet, listening to Lin Beifan's analysis. "So, this indemnity will definitely be apportioned to the people of Deluo. The people of Deluo have already suffered enough, and with this additional burden, it must be unbearably miserable. 1 year is bearable, but what about 2 years, 3 years? Who wants to carry this burden all the time? For a long time, it will inevitably arouse public anger. To arouse public anger, it will inevitably resort to force. Using force, who are they targeting? It can only be my great martial arts." There was an uproar. Lin Beifan continued to be impassioned, because this burden was imposed on them by us. They will naturally hate us, and revenge will naturally be on us. This official has concluded that within 3 years, the soldiers will rise again. The whole hall is in an uproar again. Civil and military officials are unmoved. The Queen also changed color. "So, this compensation clause is actually a battle letter. As long as we dare to issue it, we in the Doro Kingdom will have a battle within 3 years. Lin Beifan's voice was sonorous. "We'll fight, we're still afraid of them." An old minister refused to accept it. Lin Beifan sneered, "Mr. Wang, it's quite easy to say. Do you know how many resources are needed to start a war? How much human and material resources are needed? This officer tells you that a troop of 100,000 people will consume 400,000 caddies of grain in 1 day. According to the current price, every 100 caddies need 2.5 taels of silver, and 400,000 caddies of grain need to consume 10,000 taels of silver. In addition, in order to cooperate with the main battle force, nearly twice as many logistical personnel are needed to provide support, so there are actually 200,000 people, and the daily consumption is 800,000 caddies of grain and 20,000 taels of silver. And we have to deal with Doro's army. According to the previous war experience, we need to send at least 300,000 main battle troops to form a crushing trend. So this day, the food consumption alone needs 60,000 taels. If things go well, the war can be ended within 3 months. But for 3 months, the food consumption alone is a terrifying figure, reaching 5.4 million taels. If things don't go well, the consumption will only be more. There are other material resources, such as the loss of armor, horses, bows and arrows, etc., as well as the loss of food delivery, and the pensions of generals and soldiers. These are also astronomical figures, and this official did not count them. As the saying goes, when the cannon rings, gold is 10,000 taels. Lin Beifan looked at the minister who questioned, "Master Wang, do you think it's so easy to fight a war?" These are all money. Even if our treasury is rich, it is very difficult to support such a war. Just for the sake of a few million taels of indemnity, fighting a war that cost tens of millions, is it worth it? What's more, we are facing more than one enemy, Doro. There are also many great dynasties. They have wolf ambitions, eyeing tigers, and occupy the central plains at any time. There are also vassal kings from all over the world, they have to guard against it. The other party angrily withdrew to the 100 officials. Lin Beifan bowed his hand and said solemnly, so the matter of military affairs should not be used lightly. Please, Your Majesty, investigate. The Empress nodded. Lin Qing, it makes sense. Then we don't want this indemnity. Doesn't it fuel the arrogance of Deluo? How can you be worthy of the sacrifice of Erlang? A minister said excitedly. Naturally. However, we can do it another way. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 66 Your Majesty, are you interested in expanding territory? What can I do, Lin Qing, tell me quickly. The Empress asked. Before saying this, I would like to ask Your Majesty. Lin Beifan smiled and said, is Your Majesty interested in Doro Kingdom? The Empress's heart throbbed, and she quickly asked, Lin Qing, what do you mean? Then let's ask another way. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. Your Majesty, are you interested in expanding your territory and bringing Doro Kingdom into your own ruling territory? There was an uproar. They all looked at Lin Beifan in shock. And the Queen's heart was already extremely agitated. Expand the territory. Expand your domination map. Anyone who is an emperor, who doesn't want to expand the territory? Who doesn't want to expand their domination territory? Who wouldn't want to add some great deeds to their emperor's career? For the emperor, there is no greater achievement than the expansion of the territory. The Empress is no exception. Qing, what do you mean? You mean, you have a way to help me and take Doro? The Empress asked excitedly. Naturally. Wei Chen dares to come forward, he has a way. Lin Beifan smiled proudly. If you do it properly, you can take down Doro without a fight. The audience was in an uproar again. It's amazing to be able to win the Doro country. Can you still be invincible? It's impossible. Although Dolo country is only a small border country, its folk customs are sturdy. If you want to win Dolo, you must send 1,000,000 troops to have a chance. It is absolutely impossible to do it without blood. Impossible. This official has never seen such a ridiculous thing. Lin Xie, please be careful with your words and deeds. The Empress shouted, shut up. Listen to what Lin Qing has to say. Your Majesty, if you want to win Doro, you only need to do 3 points. Lin Beifan said. Which 3? The Empress asked. Point 1, conquer by force. Conquering a country starts with powerful force. Having a strong force can deter other countries and make them dare not fight. Just like before, the country of Doro has been conquered by us, so we came here to submit the letter of surrender. In the short term, they will not dare to fight anymore, and they will no longer be able to do so. Battle. This provides very necessary conditions for our next operation. The Empress nodded. Go on. What about point 2? Point 2, control financially. Lin Beifan said confidently. Compared to Dolo, our country is vast, rich in resources, prosperous, extremely developed in production and commerce, and has huge economic advantages. The people of Dolo, it would be a lie to say that they are not envious. But due to the long-term war, the exchanges between the two sides are not close, and business is impossible. If we take advantage of the opportunity to propose to open trade ports, support business exchanges between the two countries, and exchange what we need, the benefits that will be brought are unimaginable. Not only can our country earn a lot of money from it, but the lives of the people of Doro will also be greatly improved. They use our Dao's porcelain, wear our Dao's silk, drink our Dao's tea, eat our Dao's food. Everything in life is inseparable from our Dao. If there is a war at this time, the common people will definitely not be willing. From frugality to luxury, from easy to extravagance is difficult. After enjoying everything beautiful, how can they be willing to let go easily? They are afraid of everything they have lost, so naturally they don't want to fight with us. And war will inevitably take away everything they have, which is absolutely unacceptable to them. Lin Beifan smiled proudly. The Empress nodded. It's very reasonable, go on. In addition, through commercial exchanges, we can also take the opportunity to control the commerce and important materials of the Doro country, and control the grain, salt, oil, etc. of the Doro country. Once the war starts, we can immediately cut off their food and grass supply. This war defeated. The queen's eyes lit up. That's a good idea. And one last point, domesticate your mind. Lin Beifan said with a smile. Duoluo's national style is sturdy and lacks education, like a blank sheet of paper. We can send a large number of scholars and teachers to Duoluo to educate all beings, promote His Majesty's virtue, and promote the beauty of Dao. If things go on like this, Duoluo Kingdom the people will definitely yearn for my great martial arts, respect your majesty, and consider themselves the people of the heavenly dynasty. If you don't fight, you will be able to subdue the army. At this moment, although Doro has not yet merged into the great martial arts, it is not far away. Lin Beifan Zhiju is in his hand. In this way, we will conquer by force, control economically, and domesticate ideologically. If the three-pronged approach goes hand in hand, the country of Duoluo will naturally be included in the bag. If there are no soldiers and horses are needed. Power. Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, do you agree? The audience is silent, the needles can be heard falling. Everyone looked at Lin Beifan in horror, and two words popped up in their hearts: evil. Chapter 67. This is a wonderful plan, and the expansion of the territory is just around the corner. At this moment, the ministers and the empress are thinking about the feasibility of this method. Conquer by force, take control financially, domesticate from the mind. Through three aspects, firmly control the Doro country. In this way, without fighting and hurting public opinion, you can merge Doro into Dao and achieve the goal of expanding territory. This idea is so great, the more I think about it, the more feasible it becomes. To be honest, if these three aspects are achieved, they won't be able to win Doro if they don't believe it. After a long time, the empress finally spoke. Ichings, why? Reporting to your majesty, Wei Chen thinks this method is feasible. If the three aspects of force, economy and ideology are all in place, Wei Chen will not believe that he will not be able to win the small Duoluo kingdom. However, these are the most ideal states. In actual implementation, there will definitely be various problems. For example, in terms of economy, how to subtly control their people's livelihood, this is a huge project, and it needs to be carefully considered. There is also the domestication of ideas, which is not small, and changing a person's thinking is the most difficult. In addition, during the implementation process, it is necessary to avoid arousing the vigilance of the Doro royal family. So Wei Chen believes that we should take a long-term view. Hundreds of officials express their opinions. Lin Beifan nodded and smiled. Everyone, what you said is very true. Therefore, Wei Chen wrote down a plan overnight, all in this memorial. Your Majesty, please investigate. The Empress said anxiously, hurry up and present it. When the memorial was presented, the Empress opened it impatiently. However, Yang is only a few thousand words, but the Empress read it very slowly, and did not finish reading it for a stick of incense. After reading it, the Queen clapped her hands and applauded. Overjoyed, he said, Good. This method is wonderful and very detailed. If you follow the guidelines, you will see results within 3 months. In less than 3 years, Doro Kingdom can be incorporated into Dao. Ha. The civil and military officials below looked unbearable. Your Majesty, what is written in the memorial? Can I let the minister take a look? The Queen smiled and shook her head. She is more than credible. There are various interests implicated behind these 100 officials. For their own interests, I don't know how many things they have done to harm the public, fat and private. What if they knew about the plan and made a profit from it? Even betrayed the country, what should I do? This involves her great cause of opening up and expanding the territory, and there must be no accident. Moreover, if it is really implemented according to this plan, not only can Doro be included in the Dao territory, but also her strength can be quickly enhanced. It's too important to her to be sloppy. The previous compensation plan is abolished, and it will be implemented according to Lin Iching's plan. Said the Empress. Your Majesty, can you reconsider? A minister said cautiously. The Empress waved her hand. No need, I really can't think of a better way than this. I can annex Doro without raising an army. I named this plan, Swallowing Python. Your Majesty is wise, all the officials said in unison. Also, this plan must not be leaked out. The Empress sternly said, otherwise, if I were to find out, no matter what your identity or merit, I will definitely take off your head and implicate the 3 clans. I dare not wait. Baiguan panicked. Some officials were pale, sweat dripping down. Even the cruel words of the three clans have been said, and it seems that the empress is very serious. Some people put away their thoughts. All in all, be honest with me. The empress threatened again. Lin Iching, where are you? I'm here. Lin Beifan stood up. The empress smiled and looked at Lin Beifan, her eyes full of admiration. This guy has another surprise for her. You can even think of such a clever plan, talent. The plan of swallowing the python presented by Lin Iching not only avoided the military affairs, but also laid the foundation for my great cause of opening up the territory and expanding the territory. If this happens, Iching, you have made a great contribution. Iching, what do you think I should do? Reward you. Lin Beifan panicked. Serving your majesty is the duty of a minister, and I dare not ask for a reward. The empress said loudly, if you have merit, you will be rewarded. Lin Iching will come forward and listen to the seal. I'm here. Lin Beifan bowed his hand. 10,000 taels of silver. A pair of gold, jade and jade. 10 longan pearls. ... It's arrogant as always, and don't want to spend money. The envious eyes of the civil and military officials turned red. But this time, they could find no reason to object. If this is really done, there will be a chance for the official to rise to the third rank, not to mention just giving some property. After reciting the reward, the empress smiled and said, this is just an early reward. The plan is implemented, and if it works, I will give you an official promotion. Thank you Lord Long, Lin Beifan said loudly. Chapter 68 Xiao Li Fei Dao, a true example. So, under the organization of Lin Beifan, the indemnity was redrawn. Doro country does not need to compensate a penny. However, the country of Doro must open its border ports to allow Dao merchants to enter and do business. To safeguard the legitimate interests of Dao merchants, the tariffs and commercial taxes collected should not be too high. In addition, Dao scholars are allowed to enter to open schools, preach and teach, and so on. Prince Hama was overjoyed when he heard the news. Unexpectedly, Lin Beifan really did this thing. And you don't have to pay a penny. As for the opening of border ports, allowing Dao merchants to enter for business, and allowing Dao scholars to enter and open schools, they don't really care much about them. Because whether they do business or preach and teach, they will not pose a threat to their rule, as long as the army does not come. There is even some joy in my heart. Because Dao merchants come to do business, which can promote their country's commerce and improve the lives of the common people. Dao scholars come to set up a school, which can educate the people and improve their intelligence. They can't even thank them enough. All these achievements are inseparable from one person. To express their gratitude, they invited Lin Beifan once again. Lord Lin, I'll give you a toast. Prince Hama held the wine glass in both hands, his face flushed red. The negotiation has achieved such an excellent result that he can't believe it now. After returning home, his father will definitely praise him greatly, the ministers of the Manchu dynasty will definitely support him, the people of the whole country will definitely support him, and the position of the prince will be stable. When he thinks of his bright future, he will fly with joy. Your Royal Highness, you're welcome. And everyone, please. Lin Beifan returned a toast. Lord Lin, please. The envoys raised their wine glasses one after another, very happy. They can't run away for this credit, and they will be rewarded heavily after they go back, and they will be added to the ranks. After drinking a few more glasses of wine, Lin Beifan held the wine glass and smiled meaningfully. Prince Hama, I have already settled the matter for you, don't forget our agreement. A total of 3.5 million, 1 point no less. Otherwise, I can overturn the previous indemnity treaty and stand up again. Don't dare, don't dare. Prince Hama is both happy and distressed. 3.5 million taels is not a small amount. Equivalent to half a year's treasury revenue. But compared to paying more than 3 million yuan to Dao every year, this situation is already very good. Moreover, he did not dare to offend Lin Beifan now. The compensation is about to be settled, and as a result, he can overthrow the dynasty. It can be seen that the other party has the ability to control the Great Wu dynasty, such a person must not be offended. Sir Lin, 3.5 million is too much. We only have about 300,000 left, and we will give it all to you now. When I go back and report to the king, I will make up for it. Don't worry, I am Hama in the name of the prince. Guarantee, there will be absolutely no default. Prince Hama said with an oath. Lin Beifan narrowed his eyes and smiled. I believe you, Prince Hama. Let's keep drinking. Good. Let's continue drinking. I won't be drunk today. Everyone pushed the cup for a change, it was so lively. After drinking until midnight, the wine bureau disbanded. Lin Beifan returned with about 300,000 jewels. At this time, it was late at night, and Li Shishi was already asleep. Lin Beifan smelled of alcohol, couldn't bear to disturb the other party, and planned to change rooms and sleep for the night. But before going to bed, he plans to upgrade himself. System, settle for me. Ding. The host has embezzled 700,000 taels of gold and silver jewelry, which is a huge amount. The reward is to integrate Shaoli Tanhua late-stage template. A powerful force melted into Lin Beifan's body. This is the inner strength that belongs to Shaoli Tanhua. Then, a huge memory melted into his body. This is Shaoli Tanhua's lifetime martial arts experience. Also includes his literary talent. After all, it's not a vain name for someone to be able to reach the top in high school. In less than a while, all the good things of Shaoli Tanhua were absorbed by Lin Beifan. He has acquired peak strength. If it is congenital, he will not get tuberculosis. Internal strength, Qinggong, etc. are relatively common, but he has a terrifying secret that no one can ignore. Romantic swordsman, Shaoli Fidao, a true example. This is a bug-level ability that can be hit all the time. Gather the sword of the whole body. Almost unimaginable. Anyone who sees a knife is already dead. Combining the late-stage ability of Shaoli Tanhua, Lin Beifan can do everything in the world and can be a knife. If you have something in your hand, you can kill. That's a good ability. Lin Beifan laughed hard. Although he did not improve his cultivation, it made his combat power rise a lot. When the money from Deluo Kingdom arrives, I can make my cultivation even further. Chapter 69. Pretty boys are always L1 light year. After 2 more days of work, I finally finished the work of the Doro country. Lin Beifan ushered in a 2-day vacation. On this day, the sun was shining and the wind was refreshing. Lin Beifan and Li Shishi went out to the city for an outing. Sitting in 2 carriages, one with people and the other with food, I went out of the city leisurely. The little princess also followed. It seems that since she knew Lin Beifan, she has become Lin Beifan's little tail. Wherever Lin Beifan goes, she goes with her. Everyone chose a place with beautiful scenery, set up a long table, put snacks, wine and tea, and ate happily while enjoying the scenery. Lin Beifan and Li Shishi snuggled together, talking and laughing while admiring the scenery on the mountain. The talent of a man and a woman is a match made in heaven. Sitting opposite the little princess, has been eating. Small mouth babble, just can't stop. Lin Beifan couldn't stand it any longer. Little princess, don't eat it. It's rare to come out here, you should also take a look at the surrounding scenery, let your mind relax, don't patronize and eat. The little county master said while eating the melon. There's nothing to see, I've watched it for more than 10 years, and I'm tired of watching it. You've lived for more than 10 years, why aren't you tired of living? Little princess. The little princess dropped the melon rind and glared at Lin Beifan. Sister Shishi, look at Lin Beifan, he's a bastard, he's really angry. How did you like him in the first place? Li Shishi leaned on Lin Beifan's arms, covered his mouth and smiled. Little princess, you don't understand, my husband is the best person in the world. My concubine is very happy and very at ease with him. Lin Beifan raised his head proudly. Little princess, don't talk about me, don't you often come to see my husband? The little princess's eyes dimmed, because I don't have any friends. My status is high, and everyone is afraid of me, so they don't play with me. Those with similar status are all playboys, and they can't play together. In the past, there was the empress sister to play with me. But since she became the emperor, she has become busy and majestic, and I have no friends. That's why Lin Beifan isn't afraid of me. If I don't play with him, I have no friends. At this time, the head of the little princess was covered by a warm hand. The small group owner raised his head and saw Lin Beifan's warm face. I just listened to Lin Beifan's soft consolation. Little princess, don't think too much, in fact, I understand you very well, because I used to be lonely and didn't have any friends. The little princess, you didn't have any friends before. Why? Because, pretty boys are always alone. Lin Beifan sighed sadly. I bear the handsomeness that I shouldn't bear at my age, so I am often isolated by others. The little princess burst out laughing. You are so shameless. How can you praise yourself like this? Lin Beifan sighed again. Don't persuade others to be generous without suffering others. Little princess, you haven't experienced my life, and you can't understand how much trouble and misunderstanding this beauty has brought me. Only vigorously don't dislike me as handsome, stay by my side and encourage me, so that I have the courage to survive." The little princess and Li Shishi both giggled. While smiling, the little county lord clenched his small fist and hammered Lin Beifan's arm. "You have such a thick skin. The walls of the capital are not as thick as you. Bad guy, bad guy." Lin Beifan spread his hands. "Look, no matter what, it's better to just smile." "Yeah." The little princess nodded vigorously. "Now after Lin Beifan's solution, I am in a particularly good mood and feel warm at the same time. This guy is real. Always make me happy every time I'm not happy. It's a different way. So shameless. Lin Beifan continued stroking the little head of the small group leader. "So, little princess, come to me when you are lonely in the future. If you are bored, you can also come to me. I will always be with you." Lin Beifan's face became serious. "Remember, you are not alone." The little princess's eyes were full of hope. "Is what you said true?" Lin Beifan nodded vigorously. "Really, because you are a pig." "Little princess." The little princess went mad. "Ah. Lin Beifan, you bastard, you call me a pig again. Do you want to be mad at me before you stop?" Saying that, he snatched the food in front of Lin Beifan and bit down hard. "Little princess, this is my favorite pig's trotter, don't. I want to. This is dompo meat, spit it out. I want to eat in. Little princess, you will regret it. Kill to death without regret." Seeing the obsessive look of the little princess, Lin Beifan sighed. "This is the same route, why is it too urgent to fry each other?" Little princess. "Ah. Lin Beifan, you bastard." At this time, two people appeared in the distance, a man and a woman, riding a tall horse and running. Chapter 70. The world is beyond my generation. They saw Lin Beifan and others who were out walking at a glance, and they couldn't help being attracted. The men are handsome and the women are beautiful. The three sat on the floor, eating snacks, drinking fine wine, and talking about life, so they were at ease. The woman shouted, "Junior brother, there is someone ahead. Let's go ask for directions." The man replied, "Okay, senior sister." Lin Beifan also noticed these two people, and at first glance they were people from the rivers and lakes. Among them, the male was 17 or 18 years old, wearing a slightly loose blue robe, with a sword behind his back. The woman is about 20 years old. Her facial features are exquisite and beautiful, her hair is black and bright and swaying in the wind, and she is wearing a purple and white Han robe, looking heroic. To be honest, this is not the first time Lin Beifan has met people in the world. But I have never seen such a stylish person, who is full of juvenile chivalry all over his body, and he should come from a famous family. At this time, they had already arrived in front of Lin Beifan and others by horse. The woman in purple clasped her hands together and shouted, "I have seen three friends. Our brothers and sisters are from northern Hebei and are going to the capital. But I don't know the way, so I came here to ask, and I hope to inform you." "Thank you very much." Lin Beifan smiled and said, "The capital is not far from here, it will be here soon. It is fate to meet each other. I have some delicious wine here. I would like to invite the two of you to have a drink. I wonder if you have this honor." The woman hesitated for a moment. "Senior sister, we've been on the road for a long time. If you are not tired, the horses will be tired. Just take a break." The woman turned her head and found that the younger brother was looking at the two beautiful women in a daze. Helplessly sighed. He also said to rest, "It is clearly the drunkard's intention not to drink. But also really tired." The purple-clothed woman cupped her hands and smiled, "It's annoying." "Please." Lin Beifan laughed. The two jumped off the horse, tied the horse rope, came to Lin Beifan, and sat down on the ground. At this point, Lin Beifan has poured them a glass of wine. "Please." The two picked it up and drank it, shouting, "Good wine." Lin Beifan said with a smile, "Of course it's good wine. Only good wine matches a hero." The two of them couldn't help but smile. Then, the two sides chatted. Through exchanges, we learned that the man's name is Guo Xiaoshuai and the woman's name is Mo Rushuang, from Tiananmen in northern Hebei, and came to Beijing to do some business. Lin Beifan also introduced himself in a low-key manner, Lin Beifan, an ordinary and beautiful man. They only thought the name was familiar and didn't think much of it. I have always been yearning for Zhenghu. So when I saw the two, I couldn't help but invite them over. Can you tell me some interesting things about Zhenghu? Lin Beifan asked with a smile. This is the purpose of his stopping the two, purely out of curiosity about the gossip of the rivers and lakes. Young Master Lin, what do you think Zhonghu is? Mo Rushuang asked with a smile. Where there are people, there are rivers and lakes. Lin Beifan replied with a smile. Where there are people, there are rivers and lakes. Mo Rushuang's eyes lit up. Well said. Young Master Lin, your understanding is very profound. No. I think that Zhonghu is a place where fresh clothes and angry horses can make a name for themselves. As long as you are strong enough, you can use the sword in your hand to control the injustice in the world and kill all the injustices in the world. Guo Xiaoshui was excited. The way. After speaking, he couldn't help but glance at the two women beside Lin Beifan. However, they found that their eyes were all fixed on Lin Beifan, and they didn't even look at him, which disappointed him. I can't help but feel jealous, isn't it just a little handsome? Is handsome enough to eat? Lin Beifan smiled lightly. Guo Xiaoshui, you are still young, you only see the beauty of the rivers and lakes, but you can't see the white bones beneath the rivers and lakes. By the time you understand it, your head will be white. As the saying goes, the world is out of my hands. Generation, as soon as you enter the rivers and lakes, the years will remind you. In the chat and laughter of Wangtuan hegemony, it will be a drunken life. The eyes of the women present lit up. Good verse. Good literary talent. Guo Xiaoshui became jealous again. What's so amazing? Isn't it just a little more literary than me? Can this stuff be eaten? Young Master Lin, you are also very young, why do you have such a profound experience? Mo Rushuang rolled her eyes and smiled. Everything in the world is well informed, and it is not surprising that people who are skilled are articles. The more books you read, the more you understand the truth. Lin Beifan said with a faint smile. Mo Rushuang sighed. That's really good. If everyone has the feeling of young Master Lin, then there will be less disputes in the rivers and lakes. Unfortunately, many people can't see this until they die. When will the rivers and lakes calm down? As long as there are people, the rivers and lakes will not be quiet. Lin Beifan said. I think that if you want to end the disputes between the rivers and lakes, it depends on your strength and your fists. As long as you are strong enough and your fists are big enough, no one will refuse you. If you refuse, you will. Guo Xiaoshui couldn't help but take the lead again, and said very excitedly. A mountain is still a mountain high. There are strong players in the strong. What is the strongest? Lin Beifan asked. I don't know, but I'm working hard in this direction. In the near future, I will end this chaotic river and lake. You don't have a small tone, are you strong? Of course I'm stronger. I'm 17 years old now, and I've reached the pinnacle of the 8th grade. Before I'm 20, I hope to be 7th grade. Before I'm 25, I hope to be born. After speaking, he proudly raised his head and raised his chest in high spirits. Lin Beifan turned to look at the little princess. The little princess nodded and suddenly punched. Guo Xiaoshui couldn't react, and was beaten and flew out, with gold stars in his eyes. Lin Beifan turned his head and came back. It seems that you are not strong enough, let's continue the topic just now. Guo Xiaoshui, PFF'd. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 71 The Two Maids of My Family Made You Laugh. Mo Rushuang looked at the little princess in shock. Who is this? You must know that her junior brother is a peak 8th rank master. Although he is not strong in the arena, but among the same age, he is already a young hero and a genius, and he is expected to be born in the future. However, the woman in front of him looked younger than his junior brother, but with a single punch, his junior brother was knocked away, and his strength had clearly reached the 7th rank. As for the 6th grade congenital above, she dared not think about it. There was a hint of cunning in the big black and bright eyes of the little princess, and suddenly leaned against Lin Beifan, lowered his head shyly, and said in a glutinous voice, the slave is the sun's maid, and is responsible for pouring tea and water for the sun. This sentence is too powerful. Guo Xiaoshui was completely unacceptable. This little girl who looked beautiful and cute, younger than him, but stronger than him, was actually just a maid beside Lin Beifan. Such a talented and powerful girl is just a maid serving tea and water. What is he? She is really, your slave. Guo Xiaoshui said in shock. Lin Beifan stroked the little head of the little princess and smiled humbly. Yes. Xiao Yun's behavior is a little impulsive and his strength is low, which made the two of you laugh. Guo Xiaoshui, PFF'd. They looked at Li Shishi on the side. Then this is. Li Shishi bowed his head and found that the little princess was secretly winking at her. She smiled slightly, leaning on Lin Beifan's side, and said, "The slave is also the maid of the sun, but she is responsible for warming the bed and adding clothes." Mo Rushuang asked in shock, "You also have martial arts?" Li Shishi shook his head, "No slaves. It's okay." Mo Rushuang and Guo Xiaoshuai secretly sighed in relief. The little county master said enviously, "Sister Shishi really doesn't know martial arts. However, she is proficient in everything about piano, chess, calligraphy and painting, and she is perfect in poetry and songs. If you go to the exam, it shouldn't be a problem to be a Jinshi." The two were stunned again. This beautiful woman turned out to be a talented woman. You know, there are 3 grades of fame: Shokai, Juren, and Jinshi. Juren is already a rare existence in the examination, and has the opportunity to become an official. Even if he is not an official, he is a celebrity and has a high status. And Zhang Jinshi is even more amazing. He is the top scholar in the country. He is reused by the imperial court and has a bright future. Many people have taken the exam for a lifetime, and they come back with an exam, and they are already proud. Is this little maid so strong? At this time, Lin Beifan took Li Shishi's hand and smiled humbly. "The teacher is stupid, it made the 2 of you laugh." Guo Xiaoshuai, PFF'd. Li Shishi bowed his head and said ashamedly, "The teacher is really stupid, and his talent is not as good as 1/10,000th of the sun's." Guo Xiaoshuai, PFF'd. The little princess secretly covered her mouth and smiled. It turns out that the teacher and sister are also good or bad. I don't know if they were brought down by someone. At this time, the two looked at Lin Beifan again, and their eyes were suddenly different. Good guy. Both civil and military. The 2 maids, one in literature and one in martial arts, have reached the top level, so how can others live? Moreover, these 2 maids are as beautiful as flowers, and the country is alluring. He also has a lot of affection for the man in front of him. A winner in life, it's not like this. Guo Xiaoshuai was hit badly. It doesn't matter how you look like the other. The talent is not comparable to the other party. However, even the only proud strength was compared by the other's maid. I feel like my hard work over the years has fed the dog. What's the point of living? I'd rather die. Young Master Lin, you really make people look at you differently. Mo Rushuang gave Lin Beifan a deep look, and suddenly felt that the person in front of him was mysterious and elusive. Don't think so much, I'm just an ordinary boy, let's drink. In this way, they drank a few more glasses of wine and shared some interesting facts about martial arts, then said goodbye to Lin Beifan and continued on their way. But before leaving, Mo Rushuang asked for Lin Beifan's address. On the way, Guo Xiaoshuai was a little indignant. "Senior sister, you must be interested in Lin Beifan, right?" Mo Rushuang was a little embarrassed. "Junior brother, why do you say that?" "Senior sister, look how happy you were chatting with him just now. To get to the bottom of it, I have never seen you chatting with that man for so long. Besides, I asked for the other person's address before leaving, not just for future contact. We met by chance, if you weren't interested in him, would you be so proactive?" Guo Xiaoshuai felt sour in his heart. This guy already has 2 maid servants who are as beautiful as flowers and jade, and are both civil and military, isn't that enough? If even his most beloved senior sister was poached by the other party, he would really go crazy. Mo Rushuang was even more embarrassed, and scolded, "Junior brother, don't talk nonsense. I just think that he has an extraordinary background and extensive knowledge. Moreover, he has an amazing talent and can be used by the prince, so pay more attention." Mentioning the word, Wang Ye, Guo Xiaoshuai suddenly became energetic. "Senior sister, is what you said true?" "Of course it's true." Mo Rushuang's face was serious. "The Lord is wise, virtuous, and ambitious, and wants to overthrow this troubled world. As followers of the Lord, we naturally have to share the worries for the Lord. And I think Lin Beifan is one of them. Great talent, if it can be used by the prince, it will definitely be even more powerful." Guo Xiaoshuai nodded. "What senior sister said is very true. Don't talk so much, keep on the road. Get to the capital as soon as possible, find Yi Sha as soon as possible, and we can go back as soon as possible." "Okay, senior sister. Drive." The wind and clouds gather in the capital. Chapter 72. If you don an amp. Number 039. T force it. You don an amp. Number 039. T know how rich your parents are. After Mo Rushuang left, the little princess and Li Shishi giggled. The little princess threw herself into Li Shishi's arms and said with a smile, "Sister Shishi, you acted really well just now. You can't learn to be ashamed. It scared them both silly. It's the little princess. She looks so pitiful that she made a mistake, and the concubine feels distressed when she sees it. Li Shishi covered his mouth and smiled. It's still my sister, you are amazing, I still have room for improvement. The two women complimented each other. Lin Beifan sighed leisurely, and said with a trace of reproach, how can you two deceive others like this? What a good middle school too. A young man with ambition, he was ruined by you like this. The little county master put his hands on his hips and said angrily, you shut up. The worst is you. The left sentence is weak, and the right sentence is stupid, which directly broke the heart of others. Humph. Shanggong, what the little princess said is that this time the concubine will not speak for you. Li Shishi said, dissatisfied. Lin Beifan apologized repeatedly, yes, it's all my son's fault. But I did it for their own good. The two women were stunned, is this also for their own good? Yes, I do this to tell them a profound truth, don't just believe in good-looking people. The two girls giggled again and laughed very happily. After laughing, they continued to enjoy the scenery while drinking and having fun, and they went back in the evening. For the two of them, Mo Rushwang, Lin Beifan didn't take it seriously. He thinks that they meet by chance, and the environment is different, and there will be no chance for 23 to meet in the future. After the holiday, Lin Beifan returned to Gujijian as a company. This day is another monthly exam once a month. The day that Lin Beifan is looking forward to very much, this is a harvest day, and he can justly cut leeks again. On that day, Lin Beifan turned down other jobs and devoted himself to invigilating the exam. Seeing this group of thriving leeks scratching their ears and thinking hard, I am very relieved. It seems that it can be cut again, so beautiful. Results are coming soon. Gao Tianyu, failed. Wang Ruifeng, failed. Ding Xiaoren, failed. ... Still failing at all. Lin Beifan said angrily, look at your grades. This official has given you a month to arrange the best teacher for you, and a class teacher for you, but the result is still 0. You say, what's the use of asking you? Is it worthy of my good intentions? The Yamen shivered, Lord Ca, we were wrong, give us another chance. Don't say anything. Lin Beifan took out a big stick, I don't want to do it either, but you have to force me to do it. I am a very democratic person. I want money or death. You can choose one. 2. Life. Under Lin Beifan's coercion, they all took out the money with heartache. According to the regulations, if you fail the first monthly exam, you will get 20 sticks. Failed the second monthly exam with 40 sticks. If you don't want to be beaten, you have to pay, 1 tael is worth a stick. So, they each took out 40,000 taels. A total of 24 people, adding up to 960,000 taels. One wave, let Lin Beifan eat fat. Lin Beifan received the money and was very satisfied. You guys are well prepared, it would be great if you could be so diligent in your studies. This group of Yane is too fat. After so many times, I can still make so much money, the potential is huge. You can also work harder. If you don't force it, you won't know how rich your parents are. Looking at the dejected crowd, Lin Beifan shouted, don't make me cry, do you think I want this money? Isn't it? The Yamen asked eagerly. Of course not. I'm the CA of the Imperial College, how could I do such a thing? Lin Beifan said righteously, the reason for this is actually to urge you to study hard. As a result, you don't understand it, and you still hate me. The Yamen sneered in their hearts, not believing a single punctuation mark. I tell you, the money is only temporarily deposited with me. When one day your grades meet the standard, the money will be returned to you. The Yamen were refreshed, can you get the money back? Of course. This official is a dignified secretary. What's the point of lying to you? Lin Beifan was a little angry. There was great hope in Ya's heart, and she was very excited. I'm sorry, Sir Ca, I misunderstood you before. I thought you were a corrupt official, but I didn't expect that your starting point was for our good. I'm sorry, Sir Ca, I'm blaming you. Lin Beifan felt warm in his heart. They are just a bunch of kids. He waved his hand indifferently and said, it's good that you know my good intentions. Well, I won't say more, just keep working hard. I look forward to your good news. Lin Ca, how can I get the money back? Someone asked cautiously. Everyone pricked up their ears. Lin Beifan smiled slightly, it's very simple, as long as you pass the Jinshi exam, you will get all the money back. Jinshi in the entrance exam. This is simply impossible. Just kill me. Everyone groaned. During in the exam, with their family background, there is still a little hope for black box operations. But Jinshi is absolutely hopeless. Because at this stage, according to tradition, the emperor will invigilate the exam and read the exam papers of each candidate. There is no real level, just try it out. Once a problem occurs, it is a matter of losing your head, and you can't keep it at all. They all glared at Lin Beifan. This guy is so nasty. He gave them hope, and put out that hope with his own hands. You devil. Lin Beifan patted his butt as if nothing had happened and left. Give me a better test next time, otherwise it will be more than 40,000. After Lin Beifan left, Gao Tianyu let out a roar. Enough. I can't take it anymore. Every day I was sent to the Imperial College for classes, I lost my freedom, and I lived a life that was worse than death. If you can't come, you'll be beaten, if you don't study well, you'll be beaten, and if you don't pass the exam, you'll be beaten. If you don't want to fight, you will be fined, and if you don't give money, you will continue to fight, so I don't have a penny on me. Going back to ask for money and being scolded by parents. When will these hard days come to an end? I do not want to live. The other Yane heard it, and their hearts were filled with sorrow, and tears fell. Yeah, it was too bad. No money, no freedom, no love. Nothing. I don't know what it means to live. I haven't known femininity for a month. I'm just a child, why do you do this to me? I don't want to live anymore. Woohoo. At this time, Gao Tianyu's eyes widened and he gritted his teeth. Let's find someone to kill him. Everyone was shocked. Find someone to kill him. How is this possible? Killing a court official is a serious crime, it's a matter of losing your head. I heard from my father that Lin Beifan is very much favored by the empress. If Lin Beifan is killed, the empress will definitely be furious with thunder, and even our father won't be able to keep it. I think we should think about the long term, What are you afraid of? We can secretly pay the killer to kill him. Even if something happens and the killer is caught, we can't be blamed. Gao Yanayan laughed. That's not good. What's wrong? Do you want to continue living such a hard life? You can bear it, but I can't bear it. Gao Ya said without raising his head. What if he doesn't die? Not dead. Then ask someone to kill him again until he is completely killed. Gao Yane smiled proudly. What if he knew? Don't be afraid if you know it, just don't admit it. If there is no evidence, he can still blame us. Anything, this is about evidence, isn't it? Otherwise, we are not easy to bully. Gao Ya 033 laughed. What if he's unreasonable? Gao Ya was angry and slapped the table. Enough. Did I say you're annoying? As a result, the next second, his face was instantly pale. Lin Xie. Why are you back? I came back to get the stick, and I didn't expect to hear a big event about my life. Good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Lin Beifan held the stick in his hand, he sneered. Gao Yane glared at the people around him and said in a low voice, why didn't you remind me? The other Yamen laughed bitterly. They want to be reminded. But somehow, I just can't open my mouth. Then watch Gao Yane sink deeper and deeper. Lord Xie, listen to me, things are definitely not like this. Gao Yane remedied. Lin Beifan's face was expressionless. Hiring a murderer to kill an official of the imperial court is a very serious crime. According to the regulations of the Gujijian, fight 3 battles, expelled from school, and sent to the government. Gao Yane panicked. Don't fight, I'll pay. I'll pay. Saying that, he immediately took out all his money, a total of about 50,000 taels. Then he winked at the other Yane, and finally collected 300,000 taels from them. Master Xie, here it is. A total of 300,000 taels. Gao Yane sneered. Lin Beifan raised the stick while collecting the money, but I'm still very angry, let me hit you, okay. Looking at such a thick stick, Gao Yane was so frightened that his legs went weak, and he begged, Sir Xie, please don't hit me, I really know I'm wrong. If you hit me with this stick, I will die. Quote. Lin Beifan's voice was gentle, be obedient. Get down obediently, and poke your butt up. Gao Yane's face turned pale, hugging Lin Beifan's thigh. Master Xie, please don't do this. Don't worry, just a moment. It will be over soon. Lin Beifan's legs shook slightly, and Gao Yane lay on the ground. The stick was raised high and then dropped quickly. No. Chapter 73 aroused public resentment, all officials jointly impeached. After Mo Rushuang left, the the little princess and Li Shishi giggled. The little princess threw herself into Li Shishi's arms and said with a smile, "Sister Shishi, you acted really well just now. You can't learn to be ashamed." It scared them both silly. It's the little princess. She looks so pitiful that she made a mistake, and the concubine feels distressed when she sees it. Li Shishi covered his mouth and smiled. It's still my sister, you are amazing, I still have room for improvement. The two women complimented each other. Lin Beifan sighed leisurely, and said with a trace of reproach, "How can you two deceive others like this? What a good middle school too. A young man with ambition, he was ruined by you like this." The little county master put his hands on his hips and said angrily, "You shut up. The worst is you. The left sentence is weak, and the right sentence is stupid," which directly broke the heart of others. Humph. Shanggong, what the little princess said is that this time the concubine will not speak for you. Li Shishi said, dissatisfied. Lin Beifan apologized repeatedly. Yes, it's all my son's fault. But I did it for their own good." The two women were stunned. Is this also for their own good? Yes, I do this to tell them a profound truth. Don't just believe in good-looking people. The two girls giggled again and laughed very happily. After laughing, they continued to enjoy the scenery while drinking and having fun, and they went back in the evening. For the two of them, Mo Rushuang, Lin Beifan didn't take it seriously. He thinks that they meet by chance, and the environment is different, and there will be no chance for 23 to meet in the future. After the holiday, Lin Beifan returned to Gujijian as a company. This day is another monthly exam once a month. The day that Lin Beifan is looking forward to very much. This is a harvest day, and he can justly cut leeks again. On that day, Lin Beifan turned down other jobs and devoted himself to invigilating the exam. Seeing this group of thriving leeks scratching their ears and thinking hard, I am very relieved. It seems that it can be cut again, so beautiful. Results are coming soon. Gao Tianyu, failed. Wang Ruifeng, failed. Ding Xiaoren, failed. ... Still failing at all. Lin Beifan said angrily, look at your grades. This official has given you a month to arrange the best teacher for you, and a class teacher for you, but the result is still 0. You say, what's the use of asking you? Is it worthy of my good intentions? The Yamen shivered. Lord Ca, we were wrong, give us another chance. Don't say anything. Lin Beifan took out a big stick. I don't want to do it either, but you have to force me to do it. I am a very democratic person. I want money or death. You can choose one. 2. Life. Under Lin Beifan's coercion, they all took out the money with heartache. According to the regulations, if you fail the first monthly exam, you will get 20 sticks. Failed the second monthly exam with 40 sticks. If you don't want to be beaten, you have to pay, 1 tael is worth a stick. So, they each took out 40,000 taels. A total of 24 people, adding up to 960,000 taels. One wave, let Lin Beifan eat fat. Lin Beifan received the money and was very satisfied. You guys are well prepared, it would be great if you could be so diligent in your studies. This group of Yane is too fat. After so many times, I can still make so much money, the potential is huge. You can also work harder. If you don't force it, you won't know how rich your parents are. Looking at the dejected crowd, Lin Beifan shouted, don't make me cry, do you think I want this money? Isn't it? The Yamen asked eagerly. Of course not. I'm the CA of the Imperial College, how could I do such a thing? Lin Beifan said righteously, the reason for this is actually to urge you to study hard. As a result, you don't understand it, and you still hate me. The Yamen sneered in their hearts, not believing a single punctuation mark. I tell you, the money is only temporarily deposited with me. When one day your grades meet the standard, the money will be returned to you. The Yamen were refreshed. Can you get the money back? Of course. This official is a dignified secretary. What's the point of lying to you? Lin Beifan was a little angry. There was great hope in Ya's heart, and she was very excited. I'm sorry, Sir Ca, I misunderstood you before. I thought you were a corrupt official, but I didn't expect that your starting point was for our good. I'm sorry, Sir Ca, I'm blaming you. Lin Beifan felt warm in his heart. They are just a bunch of kids. He waved his hand indifferently and said, it's good that you know my good intentions. Well, I won't say more, just keep working hard. I look forward to your good news. That, Lin Ca, how can I get the money back? Someone asked cautiously. Everyone pricked up their ears. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. It's very simple, as long as you pass the Jinshi exam, you will get all the money back. Jinshi in the entrance exam. This is simply impossible. Just kill me. ... Everyone groaned. Jurin in the exam, with their family background, there is still a little hope for black box operations. But Jinshi is absolutely hopeless. Because at this stage, according to tradition, the emperor will invigilate the exam and read the exam papers of each candidate. There is no real level, just try it out. Once a problem occurs, it is a matter of losing your head, and you can't keep it at all. They all glared at Lin Beifan. This guy is so nasty. He gave them hope, and put out that hope with his own hands. You devil. Lin Beifan patted his butt as if nothing had happened and left. Give me a better test next time, otherwise it will be more than 40,000. After Lin Beifan left, Gao Tianyu let out a roar. Enough. I can't take it anymore. Every day I was sent to the Imperial College for classes, I lost my freedom, and I lived a life that was worse than death. If you can't come, you'll be beaten, if you don't study well, you'll be beaten, and if you don't pass the exam, you'll be beaten. If you don't want to fight, you will be fined, and if you don't give money, you will continue to fight, so I don't have a penny on me. Going back to ask for money and being scolded by parents. When will these hard days come to an end? I do not want to live. ... The other Yane heard it, and their hearts were filled with sorrow, and tears fell. Yeah, it was too bad. No money, no freedom, no love. Nothing. I don't know what it means to live. I haven't known femininity for a month. I'm just a child, why do you do this to me? I don't want to live anymore. Woohoo. ... At this time, Gao Tianyu's eyes widened and he gritted his teeth. Let's find someone to kill him. Everyone was shocked. Find someone to kill him. How is this possible? Killing a court official is a serious crime, it's a matter of losing your head. I heard from my father that Lin Beifan is very much favored by the empress. If Lin Beifan is killed, the empress will definitely be furious with thunder, and even our father won't be able to keep it. I think we should think about the long term, What are you afraid of? We can secretly pay the killer to kill him. Even if something happens and the killer is caught, we can't be blamed. Gao Yanayan laughed. That's not good. What's wrong? Do you want to continue living such a hard life? You can bear it, but I can't bear it. Gao Ya said without raising his head. What if he doesn't die? Not dead. Then ask someone to kill him again until he is completely killed. Gao Yane smiled proudly. What if he knew? Don't be afraid if you know it, just don't admit it. If there is no evidence, he can still blame us. Anything, this is about evidence, isn't it? Otherwise, we are not easy to bully. Gao Ya 033 laughed. What if he's unreasonable? Gao Ya was angry and slapped the table. Enough. Did I say you're annoying? As a result, the next second, his face was instantly pale. Lin Xie. Why are you back? I came back to get the stick, and I didn't expect to hear a big event about my life. Good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Lin Beifan held the stick in his hand, he sneered. Gao Yane glared at the people around him and said in a low voice, why didn't you remind me? The other Yamen laughed bitterly. They want to be reminded. But somehow, I just can't open my mouth. Then watch Gao Yane sink deeper and deeper. Lord Xie, listen to me, things are definitely not like this. Gao Yane remedied. Lin Beifan's face was expressionless. Hiring a murderer to kill an official of the imperial court is a very serious crime. According to the regulations of the Gujijian, fight 3 battles, expelled from school, and sent to the government. Gao Yane panicked. Don't fight, I'll pay. I'll pay. Saying that, he immediately took out all his money, a total of about 50,000 taels. Then he winked at the other Yane, and finally collected 300,000 taels from them. Master Xie, here it is. A total of 300,000 taels. Gao Yane sneered. Lin Beifan raised the stick while collecting the money, but I'm still very angry, let me hit you, okay. Looking at such a thick stick, Gao Yane was so frightened that his legs went weak, and he begged, Sir Xie, please don't hit me, I really know I'm wrong. If you hit me with this stick, I will die. Quote. Lin Beifan's voice was gentle, be obedient. Get down obediently, and poke your butt up. Gao Yane's face turned pale, hugging Lin Beifan's thigh. Master Xie, please don't do this. Don't worry, just a moment. It will be over soon. Lin Beifan's legs shook slightly, and Gao Yane lay on the ground. The stick was raised high and then dropped quickly. No. Chapter 74. The sky enters the sea, and you can enjoy the cool dream. With just this stick, Gao Yanei's skin was ripped apart again, and the crap was flowing. If I don't lie down for 2 months, I'm sorry for this scream. The other yamen who witnessed it with their own eyes all felt very heartache, and their buttocks also hurt. That's horrible. Really, it's too bad. It's going to kill you. Looking at Lin Beifan's eyes, they are full of fear. After the blow, Lin Beifan looked at the other Yanei, and you, all accomplices, participated in the murder of the court officials. According to the regulations of the Gujijian, the stick is won and expelled from the school and sent to the government. However, Nian is your first offense. This official gives you a chance to reform. Want money or death? The yamen wailed. Ah. We also have to punish us, we didn't do anything. Lin Beifan angrily said, it's a good thing to do. If you do, will this officer still sit here calmly and reason with you? The yamen are vomiting blood, where is this reasonable? It's clearly taking the opportunity to extort. Still at peace. You are threatening us with such a thick stick. Demon. Master CA, but we have no money. Yeah, I really have no money. My mother's dowry has been stolen by me, and I will be beaten up when I go back. I really can't squeeze out a coin or two. Lin Beifan's face softened a little, and he withdrew his stick. This official also understands your difficulties, and I am not an unreasonable person. Let's give you 3 days. After 3 days, if you don't have enough money, we will deal with it according to law. If you have enough, let it go. Yes, Lord CA. The yamen went back in despair. In order to make up the money, I had to ask my parents for money again. The home of Qian Yuanshan, the Minister of Households. His son Qian Duokai looked at his majestic old father, and said, Father, can you give me some money? The Minister of Households, Qian Yuanshan, snorted, what do you want money for? To be honest, he was very dissatisfied with his son. He can't do anything, he eats, drinks, prostitutes and gambles all day, and asks for money from home all day long. If it weren't for his own seed, he would want to slap him to death. Qian Duokai shrank his head, and said with some fear, Dad, I made a mistake in Gujijian, and I was fined by Lin CA again. He wants to beat me, so. You made a mistake again. What did you make a mistake? Qian Yuan was deeply angry. He knows that Lin Beifan is very greedy for money, especially likes to take money from their children. However, this guy is like a monkey, and even if he is greedy for money, he has put forward a legitimate reason, so that you can't start. Therefore, it must be his son who made another mistake and was caught by the other party. Hiring a murderer to kill a court official, I'm an accomplice. But I've been found out if I haven't done anything, is it counted? Qian Duokai said in a low voice. Qian Yuanshan was so angry that he trembled all over, Nizi. Raising his hand, he wanted to slap him, but was stopped by the old woman. Okay, what's the big deal? He's your son after all, don't do anything, you don't feel bad for me if you break it. Qian Yuanshan was even more angry. Look at you, a loving mother is a spoiled child. That's how he was spoiled by you. The old woman and Qian Duokai stopped talking. However, Lin Beifan is also a bastard. Qian Yuanshan gritted his teeth. It's not enough to be greedy for so much money, it's too greedy. Tomorrow, the old man must read his book. The home of Wang Yuanshan, Minister of Industry. Yanei Wang Ruifeng returned home and immediately knelt down in front of an old woman, crying bitterly, Mother, you must help me. If you don't help me, I will die. My son, what's the matter? The old woman asked with concern. I'm out of money. If I can't pay 100,000 taels within 3 days, I'll be beaten to death. Mom, please help Dad and give me another 100,000 taels, okay. In the evening, Wang Yuanshan, who came home, was very angry. Not only angry with his own son, but also angry with Lin Beifan. Good you Lin Beifan, do you really think my son is a leak, and cut it casually? A scholar can bear it, but it can't bear it. Tomorrow, the old man must read your book. Similar things happened in the families of other officials. However, the most angry was Gao Tianyao, Minister of Officials. Because his most precious son was beaten again. Good guy, he not only made money, but also beat his son to pieces, which made him feel distressed. If it's good or bad, how can it be? That night, Gao Tianyao, the Minister of Officials, killed Lin Beifan's house. Lord Gao, what wind brought you here? Lin Beifan asked with a smile. You know what to ask. Gao Tianyao said aggressively. Lin Beifan, is it because of His Majesty's favor that you didn't dare to treat you like that? Master Gao, why didn't you ask what your son did? He's just a child, what can he do? You are simply avenging your personal revenge. The smile on Lin Beifan's face disappeared, and his face sank. Master Gao, your son Gao Tianyu, but threatened to buy and kill me. This is a taboo in the officialdom, don't you understand? I didn't fire him. What is the reason for you to come to the door to ask for justice? Gao Tianyu's face changed slightly. There is indeed a rule that cannot be touched in the officialdom, that is, you cannot buy a murderer and plot against a political enemy. Otherwise, if you kill me today and I will kill you tomorrow, won't the court be in chaos? All grievances must be settled in the courtroom. Therefore, in the officialdom, no one can do anything about buying a murderer and killing someone, and even if they do, they cannot be discovered by others, otherwise they will just wait for their heads to fall. Even if I said it, so what, didn't I do it? Gao Tianyao was messing around. When he does it, it's still good. Lin Beifan said solemnly, as a national supervisor, we must take precautions before it happens. If you find a problem, you must correct it in time. Is it wrong for this officer to do this? Gao Tianyao's face was cloudy and uncertain, and he finally left. Humph. The old man can't tell you, you can do it yourself, our account is endless. No, Lord Gao. Lin Beifan smiled and waved. After returning, Gao Tianyao saw his son screaming in agony, and his anger rose again. My son, don't worry, my father will definitely avenge you. So on the morning of the second day, there was a very spectacular and very neat scene. Reporting to your majesty, I will give you a copy of Lin Beifan, the official minister of Gujijian. Reporting to your majesty, I will give you a copy of Lin Beifan, the official minister of Gujijian. ... The queen was a little stunned. What the hell did this guy do, forcing all the officials to deal with him together? Ichings, why do you want to impeach Lin Iching? Gao Tianyao, the minister of personnel, stood up and said loudly, report to your majesty, when Lin Beifan was in office as the imperial supervisor, Lin Beifan acted recklessly and morally corrupted, encouraging students to play strange tricks, wasting their studies, and undermining the foundation of education. Your majesty, please investigate. All the officials said in unison. Their corruption is not on the table, so they can only find other legitimate reasons. Lin Iching, is there any such thing? The empress asked. Lin Beifan stood up calmly. Diaresis report to your majesty, there is absolutely no such thing, they are all nonsense. Gao Tianyao sneered. Lin Beifan, I already knew that you would deny it. So, this official invited Lu Jiju and another CA, and they can testify for Wei Chen. The empress said. Zan. The old eunuch shouted loudly, please invite Lu Wei and Sun Tiandao, the chief priest of our country, to see you. After a while, Lin Beifan's immediate boss Lu Jiju and his colleague Sun Tiandao walked into the Golden Palace. Meet your majesty, long live my emperor, long live long live. 2 free gifts. Thank you, your majesty. The empress looked dignified. Just now, the minister of personnel Gao Iching said that during Lin Beifan's time in Gujijian, he acted recklessly, had corrupt morals, encouraged students to play strange tricks and wasted their studies. Is there such a thing? The two looked at each other and replied at the same time, that's true. Lu Jiju took a deep breath and said, report to your majesty, Lin Xie did something wrong during his tenure. The other party gushed endlessly, accusing Lin Beifan of all the crimes. Lin Beifan looked at this aggressive and submissive old man with disdain. Baiguan is taking care of your people. Not only do you not maintain it, but you are also acting as an early bird, and it is difficult to make a big deal. After Lu Jiju finished speaking, he took a step back, and it was Sun Sai's turn to explain. Lin Iching, what can you say? The empress was a little worried. If what Lin Beifan committed was really what Lu Jiju said, then under the pressure of Baiguan, she had to temporarily dismiss Lin Beifan from her post to avoid the limelight. I sighed in my heart, can this guy save you worry? The ability is very strong, but the ability to cause trouble is not small. It's exhausting to always let her wipe her ass. At this time, Lin Beifan calmly bowed his hands. Qi, your majesty, what Lu Jiju said is wrong. Wei Chen does encourage students to study strange and lewd skills, but everything is for his majesty, for the sake of Dao, and for the sake of Zhongshan and Sheji. Ridiculous. Wei Chen has never heard of it. Playing strange and ingenious skills can benefit your majesty, great martial arts, and the country's society. On the contrary, there are many people who get discouraged because of playthings, and finally get rid of them. That's right. As a scholar, you should aim to achieve success, take the benefit of the common people as your own duty, be diligent and motivated, and be tireless in learning, instead of spending time on useless things. Lin Xie, why are you doing this? Your Majesty, Lin Xie has a sinister intention at all. Relying on His Majesty's favor, His Majesty will issue a decree to punish him. All the officials were arguing with swords, and the sword pointed at Lin Beifan. Lin Beifan said calmly, Weichen wants to invite Your Majesty and all the ministers to follow Weichen to the Imperial College. As long as we arrive at the Imperial College, everything will be clear. The Empress thought for a while, then nodded and said, yes. Chapter 75 I am a small-minded person, I will report it on the spot. After about half an hour, everyone came to Gujijian. Lin Beifan led the crowd to the lake. At this time, there was a student by the lake, playing with strange things and looking very busy. I was very surprised to see Lin Beifan coming with a group of men in official uniforms. Immediately put down the things on his hands, bowed his hands, and said respectfully, the students have met Lin Xie and all the adults. Don't be too polite. Lin Beifan smiled kindly. Haitian, I'll introduce to you, this magnificent woman is the current queen of the holy martial arts. The others are the civil and military officials of the dynasty. Ah, it turned out to be Your Majesty. The other party hurriedly cupped his hands, bowed and saluted. Students meet Your Majesty, long live my emperor, long live. No gift. The Empress stretched out her hand. Thank you, Your Majesty. Although he stood up straight, he still did not dare to raise his head, his whole body was trembling, and his face was covered in sweat. Obviously, it was the first time he saw such a big scene, and he was very nervous. Lin Beifan smiled and said, Haitian, how are your research results? I'll bring His Majesty and the civil and military officials over to have a look. Quickly show your results. Haitian nodded quickly. Yes, the students will show it. This is the result of the students. But still too nervous to say. Therefore, Lin Beifan stepped up and smiled. Before showing the results, Wei Chen would like to ask His Majesty and the ministers a question. Can steel float in water? Ridiculous. Steel is so heavy, how can it float in the water? It must sink to the bottom of the sea. Gao Tianyao face was displeased. Yeah, how can steel float on water? Impossible. Lin Xie, why do you ask such a strange question? Are you a fool for reading? Everyone sneered. The Empress said nothing and looked at Lin Beifan quietly. Lin Beifan smiled lightly, and took out an iron block shaped like a ship from the strange shapes beside him. Your Majesty, and all your lords, look, is this made of steel? After the Empress and several officials passed their hands, they nodded and said, this is indeed made of steel. If this thing is placed on water, will it sink? Lin Beifan asked with a smile. It will definitely sink. Baiguan vowed. Okay, look. Lin Beifan threw the iron block in his hand into the lake. The iron block fell into the lake, splashing a lot of water. When everyone thought that the iron block was going to sink, he floated up and went up and down with the waves like a boat. The Empress and Baiguan were shocked. This. Lin Beifan smiled and said, as you can see, although this thing is made of steel and is extremely heavy, it can float on water. Your Majesty, my lords, do you know the reason? This. I don't know. Everyone shook their heads. A minister couldn't help but ask, Lin Xie, how can this iron block float on the water so heavy? It's totally unreasonable. It's because of buoyancy. Lin Beifan said with a smile. Water has buoyancy, so it can hold up the oars, leaves, and even everything, and steel is no exception. The reason why it doesn't hold up is because it doesn't reach that's it. Everyone nodded confusedly. But in Lin Beifan's view, they all pretend they don't understand. Only the Empress' dress is the most profound, and she has been staring at Lin Beifan. Lin Xie, what's the use of studying these things? Can it govern the country and the country? Can it help the people? If not, it's all extravagant and trivial, nothing to worry about. Gao Tianyao, the Minister of Personnel, satirized. Master Gao, your vision is too narrow. Lin Beifan shook his head, clasped his hands and said, Your Majesty, and all the adults, think about it, if we thoroughly study this principle and build a big steel ship, what will happen to our great navy? Everyone's faces changed one after another, and they were dumbfounded. Building a big steel ship, this. How can it be possible to build a big ship out of steel? But if a big steel ship is built, hush. Hiss. Everyone took a deep breath. Lin Beifan's eyes are frantic. If we build a big steel ship, it will be able to traverse all the waters, and it will be invincible and unstoppable. Our Dao Navy will be worry-free from now on. Everyone couldn't help nodding their heads. Your Majesty, and all the adults, do you still think this research is useless? Lin Beifan smiled slightly. Everyone was silent. Only the Empress nodded in appreciation. Lin Aiqing, what you said is very true. Then he became fascinated. If one day, our Dao can really build a giant steel ship, it will definitely be invincible, and it will shock all countries. Rule the major waters and seas, only in the blink of an eye. Lin Aiqing, and this student, you must continue to study it. After the steel ship is built, I will definitely reward you. Lin Beifan hands over. Wei ministers follow the orders. The student named Haitian was ecstatic. Students obey. Then, Lin Beifan led the crowd to a wide square. Here are a few students, fiddling with something that resembles a balloon. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. Your Majesty, and all the adults, before introducing this thing, Wei Chen would like to ask you, do you think that people can fly? How is that possible? How can people fly? Even a top-level expert who has cultivated to a first-rank supreme master can only jump higher and stay in the air for a long time. If you want to fly, it is impossible. Perhaps only the people of the gods have this ability. Everyone shook their heads. Lin Beifan pointed at a big balloon and smiled. But this thing from Wei Chen, it is possible to do it. Fry directly on the spot. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Look everyone. Following Lin Beifan's order, several students set fire below, and the balloon quickly inflated. Then, amid the shocked gazes of everyone, it slowly lifted off into the sky. It flew as high as 7 or 8 feet. Fortunately, there was still a rope below it, otherwise it would really fly away. It's really flying. Flying. How can that be? The Empress was shocked, and Bai Guan was shocked. Lin Beifan said with a smile, this is based on the principle of the Kongming lantern, and it was once named a big balloon. At present, it can carry an object of about 10 pounds. That is to say, it can already carry a baby to the sky. Think about it, everyone, if we magnify this thing 10 times, or even 20 times, wouldn't we be able to bring people up there? It sounds like it's really possible. Everyone looked at the big balloon in the sky, shocked and fascinated. Fatian, I don't know how many people's dreams. For thousands of years, folks have left countless classic verses, as well as myths and legends. That is the romance in the bones. But also deeply know that it is almost impossible. Humans can't fly. But now, they actually saw hope. Okay. The Empress said hello 3 times, and said in surprise, Lin Aiqing, you gave me another surprise. Lin Beifan bowed his hand. Your Majesty, in addition to flying, this big balloon has various uses. If it is used well, it can quickly enhance the national strength of my great martial arts, and make the enemies of the quartet great. What's the use? Aiqing, tell me quickly. The Empress said anxiously. As the saying goes, stand tall and see far. Lin Beifan smiled slightly and said, if we transport the big balloon to the battlefield and send people to fly on the balloon, it will be clear at a glance how many troops the enemy has and what deployment they have. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? With this magical weapon, the chances of winning are very large. Baiguan patted their heads one after another. In addition, you can also survey the topography. Lin Beifan said with a smile, our country is full of mountains, and the mountains are high and steep. Many places are inconvenient to walk, and many terrains are blank. However, as long as you get on a big balloon, you can observe the mountains and rivers from a commanding height. Yes, it can still be used like this. Wonderful. Next, Lin Beifan talked about several benefits of big balloons. Every use is amazing. The Queen looked at the big balloon frantically. Lin Aiqing, this big balloon must be studied carefully, and strive to take people to the sky as soon as possible. The minister respects the decree. Lin Beifan bowed his hand. Then, Lin Beifan led the crowd to a meadow. The grass has been destroyed and rice has been planted. A few students, however, took off their coats and busied themselves in the rice fields, as simple and unpretentious as peasants. At this moment, everyone was a little uncomfortable. Mainly because the first 2 inventions are amazing. Either in the sky or in the sea, beyond everyone's imagination, it's a mess. But this scene, almost something commonplace, so commonplace. Lin Iching, this is, the empress asked in confusion. Report to your majesty, before speaking about this invention, Wei Chen wants to share one thing. Speak. The empress nodded. Wei Chen has had a dream of enjoying the cool breeze since he was a child. Lin Beifan said fascinated. Wei Chen once had a dream that the rice grew taller than sorghum, the ears were longer than a broom, and the grains were as big as peanuts. And my family and I were under the ears of rice. Chill out. The empress smiled. This is not only Iching's dream, but also my dream. If rice could grow taller than sorghum, ears longer than brooms, and grains as big as peanuts, then there would be no famine in the world. Where would there be famine? And poverty. Food is the priority of the people. As long as the problem of eating is solved, many problems are not problems. Then, inexplicably asked, however, what does this have to do with your invention? Because Wei Chen discovered that as long as the rice hybridized with rice is sown in the ground, the grown grain rice will be taller and stronger, more resistant to natural risks, and the yield will naturally be higher. Lin Beifan said loudly, so, Weichen encourages interested students to study in this area. The faces of the empress and the officials changed. Chapter 76 Baiguan apologizes to Lin Beifan. National problems, in the final analysis, are food problems. Because a country is a collection of people, but people all need to eat, and only when they are full can they worry about other things. If you can't even get enough to eat, you can't talk about other things. What the empress said just now is right. As long as the problem of eating is solved, many problems are not problems. If Lin Beifan can really increase food production, then. The queen said anxiously, Iching, are you telling the truth? Can this hybrid rice increase the yield? Don't dare to deceive the emperor. Lin Beifan clapped his hands, and immediately someone handed over a booklet, which Lin Beifan gave to the empress. The empress watched while Lin Beifan explained. This is the information recorded by Wei Chen, who asked students to visit the people, visit major farmers, and walk into the fields. According to the data, the hybrid rice is taller and tougher, more resistant to natural risks and disasters, and produces more ears and grains. And a hybrid rice, its yield is more than -30% higher than that of ordinary rice. Your Majesty, and all the adults, think about it. Lin Beifan said in a seductive tone, if we research on hybrid rice and promote it nationwide, then the national rice production will increase by more than 30%. And this will solve the problem of food for 50 to 60 million people. Everyone was breathing fast. Rice production increased by more than 30%. Solve the food problem of 50 to 60 million people. What a great initiative this is. You know, many countries have a population of less than 10 million. And their Dao dynasty is vast and rich in products, but they can only support 200 million people. But among these 200 million people, 90% of them have eaten their last meal and lived a precarious life. Therefore, the country is very turbulent now, and the people are struggling. It's just because you can't get enough to eat. If this hybrid rice is introduced, it will not only solve the problem of food for 50 to 60 million people, but also consolidate the regime's rule. After all, after eating and living well, who still has the heart to make a revolution? If you dare to resist, I will not let you eat. Food is the biggest weapon and the guarantee of long-term stability of the country. Iching, can this hybrid rice really increase the yield by 30%? The queen asked again. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. It's just more or less. Wei Chen is just a conservative estimate. If we can select the best rice varieties for hybrid cultivation, it will not only increase the yield by 30%, but also 50% and 80%. 50%, 80% are possible. Everyone was dizzy and their eyes were red. If this hybrid rice is really researched, the people will have enough to eat, and the country will surely settle down and the world will be at peace. Your Majesty, your rule will be impregnable and no one can destroy it. The Great Wu dynasty will last for a long time, and it will be passed down from generation to generation. The empress was short of breath. Iching, you must study this. Tell me everything you need, and I will definitely satisfy you. Thank you, Your Majesty. Lin Beifan smiled. Then, Lin Beifan took the empress and ministers to see other inventions. Although not as amazing as the above three inventions, it is equally useful. Seeing the empress and ministers dazzled and amazed, I felt that I had lived in vain for the past few decades. Your Majesty, this is the strange trick that Wei Chen encourages his students to study. Why does Your Majesty? Lin Beifan smiled proudly. The empress laughed and scolded. If this is considered a kinky trick, then there is no such trick. You should lead a lot of people to study it. As long as you can develop one, you can benefiting the people, the merits are immeasurable. However, all of Waikin's starting points are for His Majesty, for the great martial arts, and for the people of Dawn. Obviously, he is loyal, but he is not understood by others. He was also impeached by hundreds of officials and colleagues, and framed by villains. Waikin feels bitter. Lin Beifan clutched his chest and said heartbroken. She also used her internal strength to force out 2 tears. For the sake of acting, Lin Beifan felt that Oscar owed him a villain. When Baiguan heard this, the corners of his mouth twitched. Who are you calling a villain? The Empress said distressedly, Qing, you have been wronged. Then, the phoenix eyes looked at all the officials, full of majesty and threats. I asked Lin Qing to continue to study strange tricks. Who of you has an opinion? If you have an opinion, say it, I won't listen anyway. Baiguan smiled bitterly. You don't listen, let's say what? Clearly favoring Lin Beifan. However, if they were emperors, they would also favor Lin Beifan. Because these things are too terrifying, as long as one of them is researched, the national strength can be rapidly enhanced. It is simply a national weapon, and no one will be indifferent. I have no opinion, the officials said in unison. The Empress encouraged Lin Beifan. Qing, study these things carefully, as long as you find one, I will reward you. Yes, Your Majesty. Lin Beifan bowed. The suspects are cleaned up, it's time for revenge. He has a relatively small mind, and he cannot bear the grievances the most. Kill the 2 villains first, to add to the fun. Thinking of this, Lin Beifan let out a sigh of relief. Why is Qing sighing? The Empress asked. Report to Your Majesty. Lin Beifan said sadly, Waikin has been conscientious in performing his duties since he took over as the director of the Imperial College. Thanks to the efforts of Waikin, the atmosphere of the Imperial College has taken on a new look. Significant improvements have been made, which are there for all to see. However, for some reason, all the officials came to impeach Wei Chen. Those who don't know are innocent, Wei Chen can understand. However, as Wei Chen's colleagues, Lu Jiju and Sun Xie, they clearly saw all this, but I'm still here to impeach Wei Chen. So Wei Chen doesn't understand it, he feels depressed, and he can't control himself for a while. The queen's face turned gloomy. Lu Wai, Sun Tiandao, is there something wrong with this? Lu Jiju and Sun Xie panicked. This. Your Majesty, you can ask other teachers and students, they can testify for Wei Chen. Lin Beifan said. At this time, an old acquaintance came to the Empress and Baiguan. Kaoman, meet Your Majesty, long live my emperor, long live. This person was Yao Zheng, a speech official who taught at Gujijian. He heard that the Empress was coming, so he came over to meet him immediately, and he felt a sense of existence, maybe he had a chance to be recalled. The Empress smiled when she saw Yao Zheng. Yao Qing, long time no see. I am very pleased to hear that you have come to Gujijian to teach and educate people. I hope you can cultivate more talents to serve the country. Yao Zheng was overjoyed and said, Yes, Your Majesty. This minister will definitely live up to your expectations. You came just in time, you are an honest person, I have something to ask you. Yao Zheng hurriedly said, Your Majesty asks, this minister must know everything and say everything. I ask you, how has Lin Qing been doing since he took over as the imperial supervisor? Yao Zheng glanced at Lin Beifan and said with a wave of hands, Reporting to Your Majesty, Lin Xie has been in charge of the discipline, ethics and schoolwork of the students of the Gujijian since he served as the Gujijian. In terms of discipline, Lin Xie strictly enforces the regulations of the Gujijian. The phenomenon of truancy and skipping classes has been significantly reduced, and the atmosphere has taken on a new look. Lin Beifan smiled smugly. After cleaning up this group of playboys, wouldn't the phenomenon of late arrivals and early departures be reduced? What about morality? The Empress asked. In terms of morality, Lin Xie has put forward higher requirements. Anyone who refuses to worship a teacher, speak swear words, or spit will be punished. At the same time, he also invited Waikin to serve as a moral teacher, and the students' morality has been significantly improved. Promote. Lin Beifan smiled secretly again. The reason why the stricter requirements are set is to harvest the wool in this group of yamen. Dare to see the teacher not worship, spit everywhere, swear. I will punish you. In this way, the effect is naturally significant. What about the students' academic grades? The Empress asked again. Reporting to Your Majesty, since Lin Beifan took office as the secretary, He has gone through 2 monthly exams, and the average score of students has improved significantly. Yao Zheng said again. Lin Beifan smiled secretly again. If you hold the group of Yane firmly in the classroom, even if you don't want to learn, you can still learn something. And if you don't study well, you are either beaten or fined. They have great potential and their grades are improving very quickly. As their grades improved, wouldn't the average grades of Gujijian students be raised? It can be said that many problems will be solved easily by getting this group of Yamen. At this time, the more the empress listened, the more gloomy her face became. However, Lu Jiju and Sun Cai's faces were getting paler and paler, and they were almost paralyzed. Finally, the empress asked, Yao Iching, what you said is the truth. Wei Chen's words are true. Although Wei Chen disagrees with Lin Beifan's political opinions, he will never speak good or bad words against his conscience. Wei Chen is upright, and if there is any false statement, please send an order to investigate. Yao Zheng's face was serious. The empress turned her head suddenly, pointed at Lu Jiju, and said angrily, Good you Lu Wai. Good you Sun Tiandao. As the sacrificial wine and secretary Yi of the Gujijian, they actually framed Zongliang and mutilated colleagues. Such misbehavior, what qualifications do you have to set an example for your students? If you know the law and break the law, what crime should you be guilty of? Your Majesty's forgiveness. I was foolish for a while. The two knelt down in a panic. And secretly winked at Baiguan, hoping that Baiguan would say something nice to them. After all, the two of them were bullied by officials. However, none of the officials stood up. The eyes watch the nose watch the heart, and the hands are on the sidelines. At this time, the empress said loudly, Take off Sun Tiandao's official robes, demote him to civilians, and never hire him. Your Majesty spare your life, Wei Chen knows that he is wrong. Sun Tiandao kowtowed again and again. Go on, I don't want to see him again. The empress waved. So, Sun Tiandao was pulled away. And you, Lu Wai. The empress said loudly, is a sacrificial wine of the imperial court, not only is it bad behavior, but also hurts subordinates. And it's too old to be used. But Nian, you have worked hard all these years, and you have sent a lot of talents to the court. Your position is temporarily reserved, but you will be fined for 2 years. I hope you will remember today's lesson, and if you do it again, I will have no face. Thank you, Lord Longan. Lu Jiju kowtowed and let out a sigh of relief. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 77 The world does not allow such an awesome person to exist. To be honest, the empress really wanted to take Lu Wai's position to the end. However, Gujijian cannot live without offering wine for a day. After taking him down, a new person must be arranged to serve as a wine sacrifice. The civil and military affairs of the Manchu dynasty are all corrupt officials and treacherous officials. One is more corrupt than the other, and the other is more than a traitor. Who is better to arrange? Therefore, it is better to let Lu Wai continue to be in front of him. At least, he still has a little conscience and did not let Gujijian be polluted by the official atmosphere. And you. The female emperor's phoenix eyes spread all over the officials and ministers, and her eyes revealed a stern look. Dong dynasty framed Zongliang and framed colleagues. If Lin Iching hadn't proved himself innocent, I'm afraid that the official position and reputation will not be guaranteed. You say, what's the crime? The ignorance of the ministers and others has been deceived by the villain, please punish your majesty. The officials clasped their hands and said in unison. They are all old fritters in the officialdom, and immediately bowed their heads to admit their mistakes. The law does not blame the public, so what else can it do to us? In the end, the big things must be turned into small ones, and the small things are turned into small things, and everyone is fine. The empress snorted displeased ly, apparently seeing their scheming. However, the empress is not a simple person either. Okay, since you all know you're wrong and you still ask me to punish you, then I'll punish you. Apologize to Lin Iching. Baiguan was immediately stunned. To ask them to apologize to the bastard Lin Beifan. Let them, the high-ranking officials of the dynasty, apologize to a small 6th-grade sesame official. It's spread out, what's the face? Lin Beifan is also stunned. He actually asked Baiguan to apologize to him. This. That is really good. The queen is interesting enough, I love you. Unconsciously, he has already stood up to make it easier for Baiguan to apologize. Looking at the hesitant officials, the empress said displeased ly, why, not happy? I just asked you to say sorry to Lin Iching, can't you do this trivial thing? Or, you don't think you are wrong. You are trying to deceive you, right? Hundreds of officials were terrified. I will never dare to wait. Since you don't dare, why don't you apologize quickly? Do you still need me to remind you? The empress shouted. At this time, Lin Beifan coughed. My lords, as His Majesty's ministers, we should share our worries for His Majesty, and do not let His Majesty embarrass. We will do whatever His Majesty tells us to do, this is our duty as ministers. This officer is ready, just waiting for you, please apologize. Baiguan felt extremely aggrieved. Of course you are not embarrassed, it is not you who has to apologize. It's not you who lose face. At this time, Lin Beifan said thoughtfully, My lords, it's getting late, hurry up. Are you coming one by one, or together? I can accept it. Baiguan sells hemp batches in his heart. You can accept it, we can't accept it. You little bitch. Baiguan, look at me, and I will look at you. In the end, under the leadership of several ministers, he bowed and saluted, and said extremely aggrievedly, I'm sorry, Lin Xie. Ah, Lin Beifan closed his eyes intoxicated. I just feel that the sound of, I'm sorry, is so sweet, so pleasant, so refreshing. Let him cool from head to toe. So cool. So I couldn't help but say, My lord, I didn't hear it clearly just now, can you say it again? Baiguan. The empress who was on the sidelines almost laughed out loud. This Lin Beifan is so bad. These high-ranking officials of the court have put their face down to say sorry to you, but you still want to listen to it again. Isn't this intended to irritate people? Okay Lin Iching, the officials have already apologized, so don't embarrass them. The empress said with a smile. Yes, your majesty. Lin Beifan took it as soon as he saw it. Baiguan breathed a sigh of relief, but instead thanked the empress. Then I think about it, and I feel very aggrieved. He beat our son and took so much money from us, and we have to apologize to him when it's over. Where is the heaven? Where is justice? After being an official for so many years, I am the most angry today. At this moment, Gao Tianyao, the Minister of Personnel, stood up and said loudly, reporting to your majesty, Lin Beifan strengthened the discipline and moral cultivation of the Gujijian during his tenure as the director of Gujijian, and created a clean and positive atmosphere. A positive learning environment, and students' academic performance is improved. Furthermore, during this period, he also led the students to research and invent many important weapons that benefit the country and the people. It is an example for all officials and the backbone of the country. The court cannot bury talents, so please give Lin Xie an upgrade. Your Majesty approves. Baiguan is stunned. What the hell is going on with this official minister? He actually proposed to the empress to give Lin Beifan an official promotion. Was it because you were so excited just now that you said such nonsense? Immediately after that, the minister of the Ministry of Housing also stood up and said loudly, What Mr. Gao, the minister of the Ministry of Personnel, said is very true. I also ask you to upgrade Lin Xie by 1 level, and ask your majesty's permission. Then, the minister of the Ministry of Industry also stood up. I also ask you to upgrade Lin Xie to 1 rank, and ask your majesty's permission. The 4th minister also stood up. The 5th minister also saw it. All of them are proposals to give Lin Beifan an official promotion. The other officials gradually came to their senses and stood up together. Bowing and saluting, they said in unison, I also ask you to give Lin Xie a rank, your majesty's permission. The scene is magnificent. The surrounding students and teachers are all stunned. Hundreds of officials speak together and let Lin Beifan be promoted to 1 level. What a great honor. All can go down in history. Lin Xie is so awesome. However, Lin Beifan was not happy at all. These old bastards. There was no way to get him off the horse, so I wanted to transfer him from the Gujijian. He is now the Imperial Superintendent of the Department of Industry, an official of the 6th grade. Going up is the sacrifice of wine, and the sacrifice of wine is from the officials of the 4th rank. If the official is promoted to 1 level, then it is a 5th rank official, and there is no corresponding position in the Gujijian, so he can only be transferred from the Gujijian. After leaving the Gujijian, their son was naturally relieved. They were also relieved, and no longer had to be paid by Lin Beifan. Let him leave Gujijian. Absolutely impossible. He can't bear to bear these experienced little babies in Yane. Hundreds of thousands or even millions of tails have to be removed from them every month. Where can I find such a stable output experience baby? Therefore, Lin Beifan said in a panic, My lords, you are too fond of the subordinate officer. The subordinate officer has been in the official position for less than a month, and his experience and ability are limited. Let's talk in a few years. When Baiguan heard this, he suddenly became restless. How many years are you going to be in the Imperial College? We're all going to be bald. It's not easy to be a corrupt official, can you stop catching us? Although we have money, we are also greedy bit by bit, and we have paid hard work and sweat. As a result, before it was hot, it was searched by you. The more Baiguan thought about it, the more distressed he became, and he hastily persuaded him. Lin Xie, don't be humble, your abilities are obvious to all. I feel so wrong to be a secretary in the Imperial College. You should have a broader stage, a brighter prospect, and a greater career, instead of staying here. Lin Xie, if you really want to serve His Majesty, don't refuse. Lin Beifan hurriedly said, My lords, I really don't need it, the subordinate thinks it's good to stay here. Here, this officer can also realize his lifelong ambition and cultivate more talents to serve the country. Moreover, the students here are all talented, and they speak nicely, and this official likes it very much. Lin Xie, what you think is wrong. I'm fine without you, but the imperial court can't do without you, you should do bigger things. Staying here will only waste your amazing talent. Lin Beifan once again modestly refuses. The empress stood in the middle and wanted to laugh when she saw this funny picture. I couldn't help but sigh. In fact, it is not easy to be 100 officials. When I meet someone who is so cunning as a fox, I can only give him an official promotion and send him away. Okay, stop arguing. When the empress spoke, Baiguan suddenly became quiet. You were right, Qing. The empress smiled and said, during Lin Qing's tenure at the Imperial College, not only did the atmosphere of the Imperial College become clear, the students' academic performance has been significantly improved, but he has also created so many inventions and creations that benefit the country and the people, and should indeed be promoted to one level. The officials were overjoyed and said in unison, Your Majesty Shengming. However, as Lin Qing said, his time as an official is too short, his experience is shallow, and his ability is not enough. He really should spend some time in the Imperial College. In addition, these important inventions that benefit the country and the people, if Lin Qing is not watching, I'm really worried. It was Lin Beifan's turn to rejoice, Your Majesty Shengming. So, after thinking hard, I finally came up with a good idea. The empress held back her smile and said, we can first promote Lin Beifan to 1 rank to become a 5th rank official. However, we still hold the post of Secretary of State in the Imperial College. When we are capable enough, we can transfer to other positions. Isn't it the best of both worlds? Baiguan was stunned when he heard this. What the hell? You don't need to be transferred from Gujijian when you are promoted, the benefits are all taken up by that bastard. How is this possible? Your Majesty, it is absolutely impossible. This is simply unreliable, there is no precedent. Please take back your life, Your Majesty. The Empress waved her hand. Although there is no precedent, we can break the precedent. It's only Lin Qing's situation that is so special, and the talent is rare. Why should the court make some changes? Isn't this also in line with your wishes? Your Majesty, this really doesn't work. Since Gujijian has no corresponding position, then Lin Beifan should be transferred from Gujijian. The law of the ancestors must not be abolished, Your Majesty. Baiguan was about to cry. Only Lin Beifan laughed secretly. After being promoted, you can continue to make a fortune. Where can you find such great benefits? This queen takes care of him too much. At this moment, the empress said decisively, no need to say more, I have no intentions. Lin Qing stepped forward to listen to the seal, and now I listen to the opinions of hundreds of officials, and I will give you an official promotion, so that you can continue to serve in the Imperial College in order to become a 5th rank official. Serve as a division and serve the country. Thank you Lord Long, Lin Beifan said loudly. Then he raised his head and was grateful to Baiguan. Xiaoguan also thanks everyone for your recommendation. Humph. Baiguan's face was ugly. Chapter 78. He is not only a greedy, but also a traitor. Because of the promotion, Lin Beifan is very happy. That night, I got excited, and I admired the moon and drank with Li Shishi. At this moment, a cold white shadow appeared in front of him. Bai Qingshan, Bai Guanyin, a woman like a god. Li Shishi was flustered at first, then delighted, stood up and gave a slight blessing. My concubine has seen Lord Bai Guanyin. Some magnetic voices came from Bai Ying. don't be so polite. Lin Beifan was not so polite, rolled his eyes, and said, every time it appears, there is a kind of ghost, and people are not mentally prepared at all. Bai Qingshan said lightly, sorry, I'm used to it, pay attention next time. Lin Beifan rolled his eyes again, because he couldn't hear the slightest apology from what he said, so he'll do his own thing next time. But what can he do, who made him unable to beat Bai Guanyin? I heard that you have created a lot of creations in Gujijian that benefit the country and the people, such as giant steel ships that can float on water, big balloons that fly into the sky, and hybrid rice that can increase yields. Lin Beifan was shocked. How did you know so clearly? I have my own news channel. Bai Qingshan's tone carried a strong sense of curiosity. How did you come up with these imaginative creations? Can these be realized? Lin Beifan looked at the fine wine on the table and said with a smile, how about we talk in detail while drinking? Bai Qingshan thought for a while, nodded and said, all right. In a flash, he appeared on another stone bench. This is the first time that Lin Beifan has had such a close encounter with Bai Qingshan, but he can barely see the outline of her body, mind and facial features. There seems to be a layer of fog on the other side, which can never be seen clearly. This is a mysterious and fascinating woman. At this time, Li Shishi had consciously poured wine for Bai Qingshan. Bai Qingshan nodded slightly. After drinking the glass of wine, he looked at Lin Beifan and asked curiously, the boat made of steel is so heavy, why can it still float on the water? Because water has buoyancy, it can hold up everything. Lin Beifan said with a smile, the greater the buoyancy, the heavier the object that can be pulled up. The buoyancy of water has nothing to do with the weight or material of the object, but has something to do with the water that is expelled after it sinks. The more water there is, the more buoyant the object will be, and the steel will naturally float on the water. Lin Beifan explained the buoyancy of water to each other in easy-to-understand language. Oh, Bai Qingshan nodded in understanding. Then why do big balloons fly? It's also because of buoyancy. In this world we live in, there is qi everywhere, and qi is equivalent to water. Water has buoyancy, and qi naturally has buoyancy. I call it air buoyancy. Lin Beifan explained the principle of hot air balloon flight in simple terms. Can hybrid rice really increase yield? Can it solve the problem of food for the common people? Yes, this involves the principle of eugenics, I'll tell you about it. Lin Beifan briefly explained the principle of hybrid rice. Bai Qingshan nodded, feeling as if she had opened the door to a world and subverted all cognition. And Li Shishi has always looked at Lin Beifan with admiration and obsession. I just feel that my man is very knowledgeable and knows a lot. When all this was explained, it was late at night. Li Shishi had fallen asleep unknowingly, and was carried into the room by Lin Beifan to rest. Bai Qingshan sighed, listening to your words is better than reading 10 years of books. I didn't expect that there are so many profound truths and knowledge hidden in daily life. The more you know, the more ignorant you feel. The stronger you are, the more insignificant you feel. Lin Beifan said with a smile, it's true that human life is limited, but knowledge is unlimited. So people must not sit idly by and watch the sky and be arrogant. I have a question, where did you learn these strange knowledge? Lin Beifan said shamelessly, no teacher, self-taught, self-taught. I still have a question, don't you want to run away at any time, why do you still do so many things? That's why I did it. Ah, why? Bai Qingshan was stunned. Lin Beifan covered her face, because the empress treats me well, but I did so many deceitful and corrupt things behind her back. So I hope that when she runs away in the future, she can remember her past kindness and give her I have a way to live. Bai Qingshan wanted to laugh again after hearing this. The happy couple. They are secretly treating each other well, and under pressure from reality, they can only pretend to be corrupt officials and faint-hearted monarchs. She suddenly had some anticipation in her heart. If this matter was exposed, what kind of expression would Lin Beifan look like? Actually, there is another reason. What reason? I want to leave a trace in this world to prove that I have been here. Lin Beifan smiled proudly. Coming to a brand new world, since there is a chance, I have to leave something behind to prove that I once lived happily in this world and acted recklessly. That's enough. Maybe when people mention him in the future, they will respect him as the father of science. Because it was him who brought science. Opened 2 flowers, 1 for each. The 2 who dared to go to Tiananmen in the capital, after several days of hard work, still did not find Yi Sha. The other party seemed to have completely disappeared, without a trace and without a trace. Inside the restaurant, Guo Xiaoshuai said in frustration, "Senior sister, do you think that Yi Sha has already left the capital? According to the information I have inquired, the other party has not appeared for nearly half a month." Mo Rushuang frowned. "It's not impossible. However, according to our eyeliners in various places, there is no trace of Yi Sha." Guo Xiaoshuai frowned. "What should I do now? Let's look for another 2 days. If we still can't find it, we can only go back." Mo Rushuang was helpless. "Oh, that's the only way." Guo Xiaoshuai sighed. At this time, Mo Rushuang thought of Lin Beifan, who he had met once, and said, "There is some time now. Junior brother, why don't we visit Lin Beifan? We will contact him further and see if it can be used by the prince." "Ah, are you going to find him?" Guo Xiaoshuai felt 10,000 unwilling. "The last time I saw each other, I was crushed by the opponent in all directions, and the one who hit him couldn't even lift his head. If we meet again, I am afraid that the other party will not even have any scum left in seconds." Mo Rushuang said helplessly, "Junior brother, don't be arrogant, business matters." "Okay, senior sister, I'll listen to you," Guo Xiaoshuai said reluctantly. Mu Rushuang called the shop assistant, paid the money, and gave the address of Lin Beifan's house, hoping that the other party would help him on the way. "You're going to find Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division?" Dian Shower asked in surprise. "The new champion Lin Beifan?" Both of them were stunned. "Little the name of the person we are looking for is indeed Lin Beifan. Why is he the champion of the new division?" Mu Rushuang asked in confusion. "Because he is indeed the champion of the new division this year, don't you know?" Dian Shower was stunned. The two shook their heads. They are all people in the rivers and lakes, and they are more concerned about the affairs of the rivers and lakes. As for matters in the imperial court, it is too far from them, so I only understand the basics. "Little can you tell me about Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division? We are from out of town, and we don't know much about him." Mo Rushuang calmly took out some pieces of silver. "Of course you can." The second shopkeeper quickly accepted the pieces of silver and said, "If you say Lin Beifan, the top-ranking scholar, he is really talented, and he looks more elegant and suave than Panin. How many girls want to marry him? Before, he once went to the famous Qinglu Baowafang in our capital, guess what?" "What's the matter?" Mo Rushuang said in unison. The shop assistant patted his thigh and said enviously, "Our number 1 courtier in the capital, Li Shishi, was captured by the other party's talent and good looks, and we have to follow the champion. He even spent money to redeem himself. This has become a story in the capital." Guo Xiaoshuai felt sour when he heard it. Lianzhong Sanyuan's new champion. Only 8 buckets tall, learned to be rich 5 cars, looks better than Panin, and suave. Beijing 057 countless girls want to marry him. He was also madly followed by the first courtier in the capital. TMD. I haven't seen him in person yet, he's already been hit. And we, the champion, are also very favored by the queen. The shop assistant said with red eyes. "Not 2 days after becoming the champion, the empress gave me a luxurious mansion. The luxurious mansion is located in the center of the capital and is worth 200,000 silver taels. Rich people may not be able to buy it. I was also rewarded with a Zijin Shangyan car, like a luxury small house, with 2 sweaty BMWs pulling it. That's a grand style. Usually there are many rewards, silver and gold, silk and satin, court wine, etc. There is no shortage of everything. It is said that Her Majesty the Empress felt sorry for the other party's poor food, and ordered the imperial kitchen to deliver food to the other party every day. Chicken, duck, fish, etc. are all top-notch ingredients. These are usually only eaten by the emperor. I am envious of the dead." Guo Xiaoshuai felt even more sour. Forget about being more handsome than him, forget about being more talented than him, and forget about being more popular with women than him. But food, clothing, housing and transportation are better than him in everything. TMD. It's an all-around hit. Also, this guy's official promotion is fast. It took only 1 month to be promoted to 2 levels, and it became a 5th-rank official. Do you know how many years of hard work does it take for a champion to be promoted to a 5th-rank official? It takes at least 3 years, and this is still reused by the imperial court. It can only be achieved under the circumstances. But he did it in a month. You say, is there any reason for this? Guo Xiaoshuai shook his head. It was so unreasonable. This man should be divided into 5 horses and split into a car to die. The world does not allow such arrogant people to exist. Mo Rushuang couldn't help sighing. the champion in high school. He has been promoted to 2 ranks in just 1 month, and he is so favored by Her Majesty the Empress. It seems that the other party is a good official with ability. The shop assistant couldn't help but scolded, what a bum, he's a big corrupt official at all. Big corrupt official. Mo Rushwang and the two were stunned. Chapter 79 Miss Rushwang, it was my husband who rescued you. Yeah, he is so greedy, I have never seen such a greedy person in my life. The shop boy sighed. Mo Rushwang looked at each other, and Xiaoshuai Guo asked, why is he greedy? I'll tell you. Dian Shower sat down, looked at it carefully for 4 weeks, and found no one, then lowered his head and said in a low voice, you know, he has already started to be greedy as soon as he became the champion. On the same day, Her Majesty the Empress ordered him to raid Zuo Shangquan, the servant of the household department. He ordered an order to inspect it, but he took the opportunity to put the gold, silver, jewelry and other items in the other party's house into boxes and let his servants move back home. People in several streets have seen it, and it is said that there are nearly 20,000 in it. 20,000. Mo Rushwang let out a sigh of relief. He was greedy for 20,000 when he became the champion. Do you think he was greedy? The two nodded without hesitation. Greed. Later, he ordered to raid the homes of major officials, and stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from their homes. Guo Xiaoshuai was shocked. Even the official's money is greedy, it's too bold. Isn't it? The shopkeeper nodded in agreement. However, do you think he will stop? Let me tell you, the other party's greed is beyond your imagination. Guo Xiaoshuai asked, afterwards, why did he become greedy? The second shopkeeper said in a low voice, later, he was favored by the empress and became the imperial supervisor. This guy went even further and spread the money from the students. It is said that he has greed nearly 30,000 yuan in the past month. 30,000. Mo Rushwang and the two took another breath. Guo Xiaoshuai couldn't help but slap the case and said angrily, too greedy. Even the students are not spared, is he still a person? Shish, don't let the champion's eyes and ears hear me. Dian Shower was so frightened that he hurriedly pulled young Master Guo down. I took another look for 4 weeks and found that there was no one, so I secretly breathed a sigh of relief. He smiled bitterly. Please calm down, don't be impulsive. If Lin Beifan hears it, we will be finished. What are you afraid of? What can he do to me? Guo Xiaoshuai was disdainful. You're not afraid, I'm afraid. Dian Xiao's face turned into a bitter gourd. You are a hero, if you anger the other party, you can just walk away. However, my family and I are here, we can't leave. Quote. Junior brother, don't be impulsive. Mo Rushwang persuaded, and then smiled slightly at the shop's second. Shower, my junior brother is young and ignorant, which makes you laugh. Please continue to talk. The shop assistant was fascinated by Mo Rushwang's smile, and nodded blankly, okay. And later, he sold the country for money and betrayed my great martial arts. The two were shocked again. What, he sold the country? The situation is like this. Before, our Dao and Deluo Kingdom had a battle, and the Deluo Kingdom was defeated. We came here to negotiate peace and reparations. Lin Beifan received them by order. During the reception, the other party blatantly accepted bribes from the envoys of the Doro Kingdom. The envoys bought whatever they liked for him, and everyone on the street saw it at that time. Afterwards, Lin Beifan, who received the benefits, argued in court and spoke good words for the Doro Kingdom. Later, the two countries paid out the indemnity. Guess what? Mo Rushwang said in unison, what's the matter? As a defeated country, Doro country doesn't have to lose a penny. Not only do you not have to lose money, but also open ports, allowing businessmen from both countries to clear customs and do business. Even the imperial court sends scholars to their country to open schools, preach and teach, and educate all beings. How do you look at it? It's all good for the country of Deluo, and it's not good for my Dao at all. Have pity on my Dao Erlang, who was buried in the frontier at a young age, but got such a disappointing result. The second shopkeeper gritted his teeth. You said, this is not a traitor, what is it? This is treason. Mo Rushwang closed their eyes in despair. The veins on the face jumped, and the fingers were placed on the table, and the prints were all buckled. This traitor. For a little money, he betrays the interests of my Dao. It's too hateful. It's not a pity to kill this kind of person once. Guo Xiaoshuai was both happy and angry. He was angry because he really hated corrupt officials, especially traitors. He was happy because the perfect golden body of the other party was broken in his heart. Even if you look better than me, what if you are more talented than me? What if you enjoyed all the glory and wealth? But you are a corrupt official. A greedy and traitorous person without etiquette and shame. This is the stain on your body that you will never get rid of. Such people are the bed bugs in the stinky ditch, and they are not qualified to make me envious. I didn't expect him to be this kind of person. Mo Rushuang's eyes were very complicated. He remembered that when he first met, the other party's warm and jade-like appearance left a deep impression on him. I wanted to introduce it to the prince and do my best to end this troubled world. Unexpectedly, he turned out to be a super greedy. Not only greedy, but also traitorous. Mo Rushuang sighed deeply, both heartache and regret. The other party betrayed the country and blatantly betrayed the interests of the country. You all found out, why was no one in the court found out? How did you find it? The shop assistant snorted with disappointment on his face. Many civil and military officials are corrupt officials, and even the empress is a fool. Even if they find out, they are still protected by officials and protected by the empress. What can happen? I told you, just yesterday. The shop assistant said in a low voice, when the court officials and the female emperor were inspecting the Gujijian, they actually recommended to the female emperor that Lin Beifan should be promoted to one level. They have only worked in Gujijian for less than a month, and they have been promoted without any results. Level 1. If there is no interest in this, the dog will not believe it. This is the protection of officials. The court is darker than we thought. The shop boy sighed. Anyway, I'm completely disappointed with the imperial court. Just live your life well. After speaking, the shop assistant left. Mo Rushuang and the two were still sitting in the same place, unable to calm down for a long time. Senior sister, are we still looking for him? Mo Rushuang shook his head and sighed. The way is different, it's not for each other. The other party is not the same as us, so what if we go? It's just to cause trouble, it's better to disappear. Let's continue to look for Yi Sha, he is our fellow travelers. Senior sister, when it comes to finding Yi Sha, I suddenly have a good idea. What's a good idea? Mo Rushuang turned her head and asked. Senior sister, how about we try to lure the snake out of the hole? How to lure snakes out of their holes? Mo Rushuang asked again. Guo Xiaoshuai smiled. We can pretend to be night warriors, spread our wealth at night, and make a name for ourselves. After the other party hears about it, he will definitely not help it. At that time, I can have a good talk with him. Mo Rushuang nodded and said with a smile, good way. But where does the money come from? We don't have much money on us. Of course it was taken from the house of that big corrupt official, Lin Beifan. He embezzled so much money, and people and gods are angry. We can just take it. This is considered to be robbing the rich and helping the poor. Besides, I can also take the opportunity to give him a knife, which is also considered a sacrifice for the poor. The people have been eliminated. Guo Xiaoshuai's eyes flashed with murderous intent. A pure jade face suddenly appeared in Mo Rushuang's mind, and she said unbearably, Diaresis, let's change someone. After all, he has the kindness of guiding us in drinking. Although he is guilty, he deserves to die. But we have to talk about the morality of the rivers and lakes. The next time we offend us, it will not be too late to take action. Well, I'll listen to you. Guo Xiaoshuai nodded reluctantly. So, that night, they sneaked into the home of a corrupt official and looted some silver taels. Then pretended to be a night warrior, and lost money late at night. By the morning of the second day, there were rumors about Yi Sha everywhere, and the rumors were spreading. Li Shishi was stunned and asked in a low voice, Husband, you last night? Absolutely nothing. Lin Beifan said solemnly. You know, I held you to sleep last night, and I couldn't bear to leave the bed. Well, what my husband said is. Li Shishi's face was slightly red. But this Nighthawk is. Lin Beifan shook his head. I don't know, I'm surprised too. Maybe some people worship Nighthawk, so they do the same thing. After all, the power of idols is great. Husband is right. Li Shishi nodded. Actually, that's fine. Lin Beifan laughed. If someone does good deeds, I, a real night warrior, can wash my hands in a golden pot. After all, it's getting colder recently, so it's not good to come out at night, it's still warm inside the bed. One night warrior lies down, and thousands of night warriors stand up. Li Shishi nodded again and again. Husband said very much. It's too dangerous to go out at night to disperse money, it's easy to expose your actions and be hunted down by the government. In the future, you will still hand over the money directly to Lord Bai Guanyin, and she will handle it properly. Lin Beifan nodded in agreement. Just like that, Lin Beifan didn't care. At night, they all sleep with the beautiful Lady Li Shishi in their arms. And Mo Rushuang still pretended to be a night warrior to help the poor. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 3 days in a row. Come out at night to scatter money. More than 200,000 taels were scattered, but the person they were looking for could not even see a person. Depressed both of them. Senior sister, do you think that Yi Sha has already left? Otherwise, we made such a big commotion, why hasn't he appeared yet? Guo Xiaoshuai couldn't help but asked. Perhaps. Mo Rushuang sighed, we'll work for 2 more days. If there is still nothing to gain, we'll think of other ways. That's the only way. Guo Xiaoshuai nodded tiredly. So, they continued to pretend to be knight chivalrous. But that night, Bai Qingshan suddenly appeared in front of Lin Beifan and asked, have you come out to make money again? Lin Beifan shook his head. No, I haven't been a nighthawk for many years. Bai Qingshan asked again, does the night warrior who appeared at night have anything to do with you? Lin Beifan shook his head again, it doesn't matter at all. Bai Qingshan nodded. Okay, I know, I don't care about this matter. Lin Beifan asked, what's wrong? They did something wrong. Chapter 80. My family is poor and only these things are left, you will eat them. What happened? Lin Beifan asked curiously. Although they have done good deeds to spread the money was stolen from other officials' mansions. Because they took too much, they have already caused public anger, and they are being hunted down by hundreds of officials. They have already set up a net, and are ready to arrest them. Arrest these 2 thieves, Bai Qingshan explained. It turns out to be so, how bold. Lin Beifan sighed. This is the capital, at the foot of the emperor, masters gather, and the guards are the strictest. Many people from the rivers and lakes come here, and they have to pinch their tails to be human. At the beginning, Lin Beifan also used his greedy money to spread his wealth, so he didn't cause public anger. And this person pretending to be a night warrior, actually dared to steal the money of the officials in the capital. He really ate the gall of a bear and a leopard, and did not want to live. However, since it's not you and it has nothing to do with you, I don't care about this matter. After Bai Qingshan finished speaking, the figure gradually disappeared. Lin Beifan thought for a while, but didn't bother to intervene. After all, he is now walking on thin ice every day, ready to run away at any time, and he really has no heart to care about others. If you are implicated because of this, you will lose your life. Be responsible for what you've committed. I'm going to bed. At this time, sister and brother Mo Rushuang, who didn't know it at all, still put on night clothes and went out to disperse money as night warriors. Senior sister, today the people of Lushang in the west of the city are owed wages by the court, and their life is very difficult. Let's go there first to spread the money. Junior brother said very much, let's go. The 2 of them walked over the eaves and walls, and quickly came to Lushang in the west of the city. Then, began a day of scattered work. But at this moment, when they stepped into Lushang in the west of the city, the whole alley was lit up. The dense number of officers and soldiers came to 060 with torches, and the archers were ready to go. Mo Rushuang's expressions changed greatly. No, we are surrounded. Junior brother, let's escape. Whoosh whoosh. The dense array of sharp arrows fell like rain. They both dodged and fled. At this time, among the officers and soldiers, a mighty figure came out like a thunderbolt, ignoring the dense arrows, and came to the 2 in the blink of an eye. Where to escape? Leave this officer to stay. Mo Rushuang's expressions changed greatly again. Innate masters. The 2 shot at the same time without hesitation. The 3 faced each other in the air. Boom. The master who came out took 2 steps back, but was safe. But Mo Rushuang and the 2 spat out a mouthful of blood, retreated several 10 meters, and smashed into a family. This blow has seriously injured both of them. Knowing that the 2 of them joining forces are not opponents of the other, Mo Rushuang made a decisive decision. Junior brother, let's run separately, one by one. Guo Xiaoshuai also understood that this was not the time for loyalty, so he nodded and said, okay, senior sister. The 2 ran away immediately, using the strength of milk to escape. Follow this official, the innate expert shouted. Looking at the direction in which the 2 escaped, they finally chased towards the strongest Mo Rushuang. Mo Rushuang ran desperately. Run desperately. In order to get rid of the pursuit of the strong behind, she also used a secret method to stimulate the potential of life. Once this kind of secret technique is activated, it can temporarily explode 3 or 4 times the speed. But after half a stick of incense, this secret method will disappear, and the body will fall into extreme fatigue. For 3 consecutive days, he could not move, and could only be slaughtered. Therefore, she must find a safe place within half a stick of incense. However, even if her speed increased 3 or 4 times, the innate powerhouses behind her were still chasing after her, unable to keep a distance. In addition, there are many officers and soldiers encircling and suppressing along the way, and it is even more difficult to run. She ran and ran, the injuries on her body became heavier and heavier, and she became more and more tired, almost running out of fuel. She gradually became desperate in her heart. Am I, Mo Rushwang, going to die here? She has a great future ahead. And a great unfulfilled dream. She doesn't want to die here. Just then, she saw a luxurious mansion appear in front of her. There is a plaque hanging on the mansion, which reads, Lin Mansion, in 2 big gilded characters. Isn't this Lin Beifan's mansion? Mo Rushwang was a little confused. I had already decided not to come here, but I fled here after a twist. Turning his head to look at the chasing soldiers behind, and then at the luxurious mansion in front of him, Mo Rushwang gritted his teeth. Fight. With a vigorous jump with his legs, his body lightly crossed the nearly 5-meter-high wall and jumped into the forest house. Lin Beifan, who was sleeping, suddenly opened his eyes with a flash of light. Someone sneaked into my house. He quickly got up from the bed, put on a coat, and walked out of the room. Relying on the unique Qi induction of innate masters, he quickly locked that person. Pulling away the thick grass, I saw a man in black sleeping on the ground, with a strong smell of blood on his body. Lin Beifan pulled away the other party's black face towel and saw a familiar and beautiful face. It's her. Lin Beifan's eyes were faint. At this time, the officers and soldiers outside had surrounded the area layer by layer, and the lights were bright. Give me a careful search. He's out of fuel now and can't run far at all. He must be hiding somewhere. Yes, Commander. While patrolling the streets, they knocked on the surrounding mansions to search. When it was the turn of Lin Beifan's Lin Mansion. Wait, this is the mansion of Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division. The other party is very highly regarded by His Majesty. You are ignorant of etiquette, and it is not good to offend Lord Lin. The innate commander straightened his official hat and his official uniform before officially knocking on the door of Lin Beifan's house. Soon after, the door opened. Lin Beifan, wearing a baggy coat, came out yawning. What are you doing? The innate commander bowed his hands and said politely, Lin, I didn't expect you to open the door. We are catching the criminals, and the beggars should be extremely vicious. For the safety of the people in the house, can I allow this official to bring people in for a search? In fact, the other party's official position is higher than Lin Beifan. However, Lin Beifan is a popular person beside the empress, and even the civil and military officials dared to fight, and he succeeded several times, so the other party was very polite and did not dare to offend. Lin Beifan yawned again. No wonder it's so noisy that I can't sleep well. Lin, I'm really sorry. You don't need to apologize, I also know what your duties are. However, even if you go in, there can be no prisoners in here. I have to go back and go to bed, and I have to go to the morning tomorrow. Lin Beifan said, walked back groggily and closed the door. Lord Lin. Finally, the innate commander looked at the closed door and smiled bitterly. Master Commander, can we still go in and search? An officer asked with a torch. Don't worry about it, anyway, we have fulfilled our obligation to notify, and other things are left to fate. He has been an official for many years, and being able to sit in this position is not about strength, but about being a man, knowing who can offend and who can't. People like Lin Beifan are obviously not to be offended. If the other party does not agree, then do not do it. If something happened, it's not their fault. Other places, continue to search for me. It was a night of trouble, but no one was caught. After 2 more days, there was still no gain. The matter gradually subsided and turned into a secret search. After an unknown amount of time, Mo Rushwang finally woke up in a daze. I just feel the piercing pain all over my body. Not only was it painful, but it was exhausted, and I didn't even have the strength to move my fingers. However, she secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Because she knew that she was saved. If you weren't saved, you wouldn't be in a comfortable bed. Thinking that before she lost consciousness, she jumped into Lin Beifan's mansion with all her strength, and her mood became complicated. Obviously, she was saved by Lin Beifan, the corrupt official she hated the most. She sighed and said to herself, "What are you thinking about now? It's better to heal the injury first, and then go out to find the junior brother. I don't know how my brother is doing now. Have you escaped the pursuit of officers and soldiers?" At this time, Li Shishi walked in, looked at Mo Rushuang who was awake, and said in surprise, "Are you awake?" Mo Rushuang nodded slightly and said with all his strength, "Thank you." The voice was very dry and weak. Li Shishi bowed his head and smiled. "You should thank my husband, he rescued you." Mo Rushuang nodded slightly, as she expected. Li Shishi continued to laugh and said, "Husband said, when you were lying in the grass, you were dying, and you almost lost your anger. Then, he took you back." Mo Rushuang's ears moved slightly and said, "You said, he brought me back." "Yeah, what's wrong?" Li Shishi was puzzled. "No, nothing." Mo Rushuang shook his head slightly, and a blush appeared on his pale pretty face. From childhood to adulthood, except for her father, she had never been in such close contact with any man. What made her even more embarrassed was that she was in a coma at that time and didn't know anything. Li Shishi continued, "After Shanggong brought you back, he found that your injury was not serious, so he treated your wound and bandaged it. Fortunately, it was treated in time." "Wait, you said that the wound on my body was also bandaged by him?" "Yeah, what's wrong?" Li Shishi was puzzled. "No, nothing." Mo Rushuang shook her head again, her pretty face even redder. "She has injuries all over her body, and the other party treats her wounds and bandages her. Doesn't that make her look all over? And also, the more I think about it, the more embarrassed I feel." Li Shishui looked at Lan Xin, saw through her thoughts, and smiled. "Miss Rushuang, this is actually impossible. There are only 4 people in our family, and only the husband can handle this kind of wound. The situation is urgent, I hope you can understand." "I understand. I won't blame him." Mo Rushuang gritted his teeth. "Well, you understand it." Li Shishi talked for another session, fed the other party a little gruel, and then left, letting the other party continue to rest. In the evening, Lin Beifan finally returned. Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novel with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audiobook to stay updated with our latest stories and never miss out a great listen.